rethinking how we interact with our society, rethinking how our society interacts with us, and how we as youth are going to reposition Jamaica to recover as a better country.
And Happy Youth Month 2020. My name is Malik Hellier, Chairman of the Youth Advisory Council of Jamaica, and welcome to Youth Month. This Youth Month, we are called upon in this networking, knowledge, and inspiring hope for all towards putting together policy so that we young people can have a seat at the table, bring to you a youth forum dedicated to discussing entrepreneurship, networking, and educational opportunities. And ready. Happy Youth Month, Jamaica.
Hi, my name is Shamar Grant from Promotes Leadership and Excellence. As an organization, we believe now more than ever, we should encourage our youth to use their creative skills and their talents to be world changers in a changing world. Happy Youth Month.
Hi, I'm Rihanna Robinson, the National Public Relations Officer of the National Secondary Students Council. The NSSC is really the student-led umbrella organization. We are the premier student-led organization here in this country, as we represent over 300,000 students. In light of this current situation that we face now, we believe that youth need to be encouraged to be resilient. Practice need to rethink. That means you really need to sit back and meds what is going on so that you can effectively tackle this situation. You need to come different.
Hello everyone, I am a resilient student organization. The coronavirus is presenting a very difficult problem that us as young people, one, will be hosting the Youth in Entrepreneurship Summit, which gives young people the opportunity to look at how we can use entrepreneurship to create a more resilient Jamaica. And two, will be host student leader. The student leader who is equipped with the necessary knowledge and skills and tools to function effectively through this pandemic.
Conversation. Hence why we have to rethink how youth are positioned within our society, not just within the minds of youth ourselves, but also in the minds of those we interact with. But it begins with you. It begins with youth. So I'm asking all youth in Jamaica, COVID.
Rethink Youth.
Shine, so long as earth and as God and faith shall live. My work, my strength, my love, I live. Oh, grieve, I love the Indies. Jamaica strong and free. Your vows and loyal promises.
All right. Many blessings, everybody. Many blessings. Thank you all for being here. All right. So I'm just wondering, why are we here? This is the National Youth Council of Jamaica's annual general meeting. You know, explaining too much about it as it relates. So hearing from the parishes what they have been doing for young persons like yourself. We'll be hearing from the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Along with that, we will be having. Now, for those joining us on Instagram and those joining us on our other social media platform, we just want to bid you welcome. You know, you can hit that like button, you can follow, you can like us. Additionally, you can follow us on Instagram and also Twitter. That is NYCJ_. So that's for a steering committee established, and the Antonio Wynn from St. Catherine Parish Council will elaborate on that at a later date during his presentation, at a later time rather, during his presentation. I'm just going to call the meeting to order. So Jerome Palmer, chair, call to order. So now I open the floor. I'm just going to ask somebody to put forth to be someone either from the clubs or from the parish council. So anyone can do it except myself. Can you hear me? I'm just asking that someone So move the motion so we can move back. Well, I move the motions. I'm asking that someone move the motion for us to journey into the meeting.
Ricardo Miller. So beg that the motion be moved that the meeting be started, sir.
Thank you so much. I hope Anake got that. Could we have someone second that motion, please, and thank you. Could someone second that? Is a member Dane, Sandra, Karima. Can anyone second that, please?
I, Dane Jamali Reed, Vice President of the St. James Parish Youth Council, second that motion.
Right, thank you so much. The General Secretary would have taken a 10-minute late start. So now we're going to have a prayer from the Westmoreland Parish Youth Council. Yes, I see. So we're going to now I'm going to allow Mr. Ikola Pierce to lead the prayer. He's on the executive of the Westmoreland Parish Youth Council. You can state your position when you enter, sir. Yes, we are hearing you, sir, clearly.
All right, perfect. Ikola Pierce, Vice President of Westmoreland Parish Youth Council. Let us pray. Great, sufficient one, we give you thanks, O God, this afternoon because you're good and because your mercies endure forever. Father, thanks. Lord, you know the purpose of which we gather via this platform. And we pray, O God, that let our purpose be in alignment with yours. Father, as we're about to, we pray, God, that you help us to understand that whatever will be discussed this afternoon will chart our way henceforth. We pray you guide us, you protect us. Oh God, we know that sometimes we come with different agendas, but we pray, God, that our agendas this afternoon will be, and let them align to yours. Help us to understand, oh God, service above self, and let that be meted out this afternoon as we discuss everything in relation to national meeting in a very special way that will chart the way forward, and let us move together as a united, those engagements be left behind, because now we are on a new trajectory. And as we chart this way forward, as we go about this course we're doing in our lives, we pray, God, that you will take full control of everything that will be said and done. And when we shall reach that finish line, we can say it was well. Thank you for your goodness, God. Fail not to grant it unto us this afternoon.
Amen. Thank you so much for that solemn prayer, Mr. Pierce. I think us not be seen. Community-based organizations play an important role in community engagement and sustainable development. As a matter of fact, if you check prevention, community and youth engagement and youth development in our meetings, so on and so forth. Our meeting today is to meet with those young persons, youth community. You have been doing what you can in this sphere to add value to community-based organization, to add value to community development and national development. If we look at the narrative as it relates to national development, here persons talk about, hey, we need to ensure that tourism industry, that community-based organizations are doing. If it is that we can allow communities to do good, then we know that nationally Jamaica will be doing better. Therefore, I want us to really understand the gravity of our impact nationally. I see persons in the waiting room. So regarding the waiting room, I think I'm up in the waiting room. So regarding the welcome now, I just want each person here to know that the National Youth Council wants to welcome each and everyone who can make it at this moment. We are aware of person organizations. However, due to we had some miscommunication in the process, and that couldn't have been enough. The ministry has been assisting us, and they promised us, Mrs. Hyacinth Blair, director, for the Youth and Adolescents Policy Division, which we fall under, would have. So I'm just gonna go on the device. So would have moved past the welcome and opening remarks. I just want to let persons understand that the NYCJ, we want this meeting to be good, clean, solid, transparent, packed with excitement, but yet packed with youth, with quality participation. So we just want to ensure that young persons feel safe participating. You don't feel like a great level of respect for self, great respect for your organization that you're representing, and a great respect for the organization. Now, there's something that I learned while being a part of the council. We can come inside the room and kick down, well, we can who blah, 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 or we can enter the room, observe, listen to what others are saying. Is it that persons are going to stay inside to facilitate the conversation with us? Yeah. So just want to make this meeting very, because we know we have a lot to say, and the national executive also has a lot to say, and the parish presidents have parish councils have a lot to say, and youth clubs have a lot to say. And we're going to allow that to happen, and we want it to happen in a safe space. Not true? Be honest. Yeah. So just want to create that ecosystem where everyone can survive and thrive, and when they leave it, they don't feel good participating. Now the next thing is that the elections are to be biannual. So the presidents, along with the national executive, we agreed that we need to put off election because of COVID. You understand me? Put off election until I think after January, right? So we just want to make that clear. So I'm just going to move into the agenda now. So we're just going to go into greetings, and we have our youth empowerment officer here she's a youth empowerment officer for, I think, St. Andrew in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. And she's the youth empowerment officer and somewhat the liaison officer for the National Youth Council. She acts as the gap between National Youth Council, welcoming remarks, and she'll be followed by Mrs. Shanna K. Wright Vaughn. She's the youth marketing officer for JN Bank. All right, Mrs. Bent, are you here?
Yes, I am. Mr. Chairman, Jerome Palmer, members of the National Executive, members of the National Executive Council, and general membership of the National Youth Council of Jamaica, I bring to you special youth and information, and in particular the Youth and Adolescents Policy Division team, Miss Yannick Williams. It is truly a pleasure to be here with you in the third staging of your annual general meeting since the resuscitation of the National Youth Council in 2017 by the Ministry of Education, and all dedicated. We truly commend you on achieving this at this time. Just want to commend the executive team and the General Assembly. We know there has been many ups and downs, but in spite of it all, we can all say that God has been good to us. And in spite of the challenges with COVID, and we saw that the council capitalized on that with the many service initiatives that you conducted all across the island during this. Above self and service to humanity is indeed the best work of life. And so we encourage you to continue, Jamaica, and we wish for you success in this, your General Assembly, and as you move forward into your next election and onwards to greater, bigger, and better things. We truly wish for you all the best. In closing, I exhort you from the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. Let no man despise your youth, in charity, in spirit, in faith, and in purity. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Bent. Thank you so much, Innovation Centers there. So you have one just like us. I think maybe at the end we can send you the email address for the council for you to email, and we can send you the name and contact of your youth empowerment officer. No, we have with us one of our largest sponsors. Trust me, I will put on a big smile. I truly have a shirt, but we just want to welcome Mrs. Shauna K. Wright Vaughn, Youth Marketing Officer of JN Bank. We just call her Shana, right? Yes. She has been helping us a lot, and she's going to be blessing us now. Welcome, Miss Wright. I'm going to step down and allow you to take the platform, definitely.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and Parish Youth Councils, community-based organizations, and overall friends of community-based organizations. Good afternoon. As Mr. Chair mentioned, my name is Shanna K. Wright Vaughn, and I am the Youth Banking Officer at JN Bank, where I am responsible for youth engagement, and members of this council fall within that bracket. So it is with great pleasure that I am here this afternoon in this virtual stage, a great partnership with the National Youth Council over the past few months. I guess some may say for the past 2 years, actually, since this committee and this council was actually inducted. And we're hoping that this relationship in itself will continue into the next council. So it is with great pleasure, as I mentioned, that I'm here this afternoon to share in this space and hearing from the community of what would have been happening over the past 12 months or so, as well as to hear some of the plans going forward and to see how best JN Bank, through our youth banking unit, how best we can facilitate some sort of partnership. I am looking forward to hearing how the teams have overcome the different areas of what would have been happening due to COVID, as I've been trying our very best to support the National Youth Council of Jamaica. So we also want to tell you thank you for allowing us and for all the persons who would have reached out to us, whether it be for sponsorship, for donations, for encouragement, for speaking engagements, or the JN School Savers program that you have allowed us to share in this space with you. As we continue to move into this year and move on, so we have been trying our very best to still be of support to the National Youth Council. And so we trust that you will still have us on board, still invite us, and you never know, we may have some wonderful partnership opportunities coming up beyond the new council. Thank you so much for having us this evening.
Thank you so much again. Thank you so much, Shanna. We are an community-based organizations. Yes, your club, your community-based organizations, you can get a bank account for your community-based organization without it being registered. And some persons, you can engage sponsors and say to them, hey, we're doing this work, we need money from it to help us in our community. So we'll talk about that later. The next thing that we're going to jump in, the Youth Council of Jamaica is the umbrella organization for community youth-based organizations in Jamaica. Now, what does that mean? It means that all community-based organizations, police youth clubs, those that aren't police, that is one side. The next thing to that is that we engage the Ministry of Education and other stakeholders for resources to allocate to community-based organizations, to those same persons who fall beneath our umbrella. Resources, planning, development, and advocacy for community-based organizations, which is very important at this time. Now, aside of all of that, so the age group is 14, I think, to 29. But over the past 2 years, we've been given concessions as it relates to the organization, a youth arm of a political organization in a community. They cannot fall under the National Youth Council of Jamaica because we are non-partisan, and we try to ensure that is the case amongst our executive members. Now, moving from the mandate, we're going to go into the minutes of last meeting and some matters arising, because it's very important that the youth clubs know somewhat, then look at what recommendations were made last year in hindsight to see how is it that we performed this year, right? So I'm going to now step back and allow the General Secretary, Ms. Hannah-K. McIntosh, to take the floor. Hannah-K, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, you can take the floor. It's yours, it's yours.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm there. I can hear you. I'm just saying that regarding the minutes, you can take the floor now.
Oh, okay. Right. So the last general meeting that we would have had in November 2019 section of the agenda, but from the meeting or from what we got from the parish reports or the conversations, we had I think 4 notable bank account parishes so that they can be able to get funding and have it within the parish, the youth groups and the parish council as well. Case was one of the issues that came up. The parishes were advocating for some assistance from the ministry and the support of the non could get. And of course, the last one was the lack of funding to support the clubs, which would have led to the parish allocations, where the parishes wanted to get some assistance with organizations at the parish levels. And these 4 issues that manifested can be seen for activities diverging from November 2019. But I won't go into those now because I know those come out in our reports.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Ms. McIntosh. Additionally, our executive members are here. Kemoy Reed, Financial Controller, I think we have Anake, Kimani Reed, Kimani Martin, Chad is here also, and I guess throughout the day, Naoki is also here. I think throughout the day, the other persons will make themselves known to us, which is great. I see St. Thomas president is here, Charlene Dixon, great. Nice to see the persons are here. Kemoy Reed is on, great, 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 great. Presentations at this moment. So the parishes would have been nudged from before that at the AGM is where they would make some presentations to the assembly of what they would have been doing. So we're just going to go as is. So we're going to go with Surrey, Middlesex, and Cornwall, right? So in Surrey, we're going to have Kingston and St. Andrew first, then Portland, Cornwall, Hanover, Westmoreland, St. James, Trelawney, and St. Elizabeth, right? So we're just going to begin now with Surrey. Surrey, Kingston. Is Toshana Wignall here? Toshana, you're here? All right, so Toshana, we're just going to move on from Toshana. I'm just going to ask. Oh, great, great. Thank you so much. All right, so Portland Parish, we're just going to ask you to take the floor. You can do your introductions, your name, so the persons can know who you are, your position, and journey on into your presentation, all right? Portland, you heard me? I'm going to do then is in the meantime, I'm just going to move to St. Thomas because I said that the parish is here. Yeah.
But sure. Jerome.
Thank you.
Yeah, Demari. Ricardo is not able to come, but yeah.
No problem. All right, great. So St. Thomas, we're just going to wait a little. We're just going to allow Portland to do their presentation. Portland, you can just say your name and your position and also journey so persons can understand who you are and journey into your presentation.
Yeah, so definitely again everyone. Or the Montauk. I'm the actually population officer for the Portland Parish Youth Council. Okay. So are you hearing me, Jerome?
Yes, we are hearing you. Yes, we are.
Okay. Yes, I'm having a bit internet issue right here. Okay, so since the last AGM, we have had 5 additional clubs to Portland. We do have challenges so far in terms of a lot of clubs that are dormant. We have been working with them over the period of time to get them up. But some of those things we have been doing over the period of time since the last AGM. Actually, we are in discussion with the at the Neva Antonia Park in Portland. It's where the center of the town, and we believe that we need to do something because the park hasn't been. We're still in partnership with the mayor in terms of we're doing a lot of competence in Portland. One of the things that we realize that a lot of the young people they're leaving high school, primary school level, and they do not know to use a computer. So what we have realized, they do their assignments, and we're saying that no, we have to do something about it. So we have started computer classes here in Western Portland. It's something that a lot of the individuals do not have access to the device. So basically what we're doing right now, we're doing actually a tablet program, right? To see how best we can have persons donate tablets, laptops, computers to assist a lot of these individuals. We recently did a care package program, thanks to partners. We're still doing our coastal cleanup. We have started, but we have not finished it. Hopefully by this December, we can finish it up. We're basically at phase 2 of our community garden project. We have started from last year. We have started with outlining various clubs in Portland based on the locations. So, we believe that, we believe that, having a common project will not only, let me see what I see.
Thank you so much, Parish PRO, Demar. Really appreciate it.
Demar.
Hello?
Yeah.
Demar.
Yeah? Oh, someone is asking. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Antoinette will definitely come on and maybe speak on the rest of stuff that the president would definitely want to speak on. You may go ahead, Antoinette.
Okay, sure. Thank you. The community project he made mention of is a containerized gardening project where we provide the seeds of one of the youth clubs in the area to supervise. Sometimes we go in once after reaping would go to basically the communities and youths of the communities. This is solely to help the community and with a few minor setbacks in terms of assistance with purchasing the seeds or getting some plants from the farmers areas, and hoping that we'll get something by the end of next week. Another project we should is the hold on, give me a second, let me check. The finding persons in our respective communities to help with whether they are having issues with carrying water, reading, stuff like that. So we're trying to reach out to each respective community to help out an elderly person, and we are basically in the process of starting that. But because of COVID, we don't really want to spring it on, and especially since the elderly persons are more at risk than us, we're trying to hold off until it's advised, basically. So, Demar, I'm not sure if you want to mention anything else.
So basically, we're at phase for beekeeping project. We have the council partner with the Tranquility CDC. Tranquility CDC, they receive a project for $9 million from the Australian Commission. So me being a part of the CDC group, also I have benefited with 3 other young persons. So we are developing the beekeeping project within over the time. A lot of persons would have overlooked it. So we are, not limiting a lot of these young people, because where I live is basically on coffee, but the beekeeping is can assist them in many ways, because we have reached on it. My first boxes we have received the mat. So we have assisted a lot of young people. It's a revolving project. By next year.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, Portland Parish Council. So we had 2 members. I think we had the VP and the Parish PRO there. Thank you so much, guys. We're just going to We're just going to move into St. Thomas. Is St. Thomas there? Oh.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great, Charlene. You can take the floor now, Charlene. So Charlene Dixon will go into her introduction and present.
So I'm Makeda, Secretary for the St. Thomas Parish Youth Council. So I'm just going to go right in. On March 7, 2020, the St. Thomas Parish Youth Council had their general election. Charlene Dixon, President for the St. Thomas Parish Youth Council, Anna K. McIntosh, Secretary for the National. The meeting ended with Neander Brown for Vice President, Makeda Davis for Secretary. We also have 2 new members added to our executive body. They are Ashagay Mullins as Assistant PRO and Kimisha McLean as Assistant Young People within our parish for the past 3 months. And since then until now, we're doing a tremendous job. Youth Council of Jamaica bylaws, the Constitution of National Youth Council of Jamaica, clubs,
within the parish by our president, Ms. Charlene Dixon. In addition, we received our shirts from National Youth Council and took pictures and videos for our Youth Council page. The meeting was held at Paul Bogle High School at the Youth and Adolescents Policy Department, St. Thomas, at their first cases of coronavirus on the same day. However, we planned activities for youth in challenging for us because we haven't been given the chance to in spite of the challenges we face. In doing so, we have come up with some initiatives to encourage youth engagements, jobs so far. We have done many activities and using mostly Instagram. On March, phone cards were donated by our Vice President, Neanda Brown. We also did this challenge to bring traffic to the St. Thomas Parish Youth Council page so that young persons can be familiar with who and what we are about and what we are doing as a youth council. However, 10 questions were drafted, and on each day, a question from the first date mentioned above familiar with who and what we are about and what we are doing as a youth council. Instagram, and the first person to comment the correct answer won a phone card, and this was done for all 10 days. And this was a success. Secondly, we had our Inside Video Challenge, which was held during the period of April 12 through to the 22nd, 2020. Each participant was asked to be creative, and the person with the most likes and comments win. In all, we had 5 contestants. On April 22nd, 2020, the day the competition ended, Ashage Mullins won with 346 likes, and Gariana Sutton came second with 343 likes. They both were awarded with trophies, customized masks, and certificates of participation, and the other 3 contestants received certificates on Instagram, held on Friday, May 8, 2020, and ongoing. This is done in a sequence where each Friday, we go live on Instagram at 8 p.m. Each night, we have different speakers touching various topics that is beneficial to our youth during this pandemic and also for the future. These live series are hosted by members of the St. Thomas Parish Youth Council Executive Body. On May 8th, 2020, we went live at 8 p.m. Our speaker was Shakira Miscuta, who is a productivity coach, productivity while at home. This live series was hosted by Amanda Burke, PRO for the St. Thomas Parish Youth Council. We had 10 viewers, and this was a success. On May 15, 2020, Council of Jamaica and also Justice of the Peace, he spoke about pursuing personal development during COVID-19. During COVID-19, sorry. Okay. It's because I heard the music.
All right, great.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to jump into so it's Kingston and Sandra Parish here. Yes, are you here?
Yes, we're
Yes,
here.
Great. Blessings, Tashana Wignall. Just going to ask you to just make your... Oh, I do apologize, sincerely. I heard a pause. I'm so sorry about that.
Because the music started to play.
Okay, I apologize.
Yes. Was Jerome Palmer, Chairman, National Youth Council of Jamaica, and also Justice of the Peace. He spoke about pursuing personal development during COVID-19. This was hosted by Najee Nunes, Treasurer and Project Manager.
we had 13 viewers. This was another success. On May 22 of 2020, we went live at 8 p.m. Our speaker was Yannick Robinson, finance coach and entrepreneur. This was hosted by our Vice President, Neanda Brown. Topic, managing personal finance to create wealth. In all, we had approximately 12 viewers, and I must say this was a success. On May 29, 2020, we went live at 8 p.m. Our speaker was Rondell Positive. This was hosted by Ashage Mullings, Assistant PRO for the Council. Topic touch was the journey to discover self and purpose. In all, we had 15 viewers. This was a success. We have few upcoming events, which are a town hall meeting. However, we haven't made our final decision as an executive body. Also, we are merging with Next Step, where we will be having the Little Genius competition, the virtual edition, which will be under the theme, Discovering Opportunities Moving Towards a New Normal. The council continues to engage despite the challenges. We were blessed to be a part of the care package distribution from the National Youth Council of Jamaica in partnership with the PSOJ and CVSS Jamaica. These packages were distributed to persons within the Yalas community, Trinityville, Morant Bay, and Seaford Division. Persons received show their gratitude. As we continue on this drive, we impact the lives of over 40 students who benefit from the phone call drive by the St. Thomas Parish Youth Council and the Bless to Bless Foundation. Highlights of which our members and engagements. Najee Nunes, Project Manager, Treasurer, Youth Parliamentarian, 2019 through to 2020, he has been a part of the National Youth Development Seminar Series, budget creations, and assist in the planning and execution of many council. Amanda Burke, PRO, has done a joint partnership with the Little Genius virtual competition, represent the council in a radio interview and talk of youth, also a television interview on all angles, assisted with phone card, giveaways, inside challenge, and planning of Talk Up Mondays program. Ashage Molly. Ashage Mullings, Assistant PRO, one of the hosts of the Youth Vibes Live, planned and executed a project in partnership with the Next Step, upcoming project, Period Poverty. Kimisha McLean, Assistant Secretary, assists with the riddle on the Youth Live Vibe series, upcoming project, Mask and Pet Book Drive. Kimisha as assist youth within her community with the aid of Wi-Fi coverage to do schoolwork and help with their homework. Makita Davis, Secretary. The council represents as they were in attendance at the Youth Empowerment and Engagement session hosted by Member of Parliament, Dr. Michelle Charles. The session aimed to gain conscious among youth issues that affect the Eastern constituency, along with possible solutions. The council has worked with the YEO of St. Thomas and look forward to continuing partnership. Thank you.
Harsh, St. Thomas, is that it, Makida?
Yes.
Okay, so that's not it. We are supposed to share a slide.
Yes, but I'm not able to share the screen.
Ricardo, are you there? Could you enable her to share her screen? I don't know if I can. I see her name. Your name is
Ashage.
Ashage. Try now, please.
Okay. Yes, I am able to do so. All right, so for the persons who are not familiar with the faces of our executive body, on the left we have Najee Nunes, Nihanda Brown, Charlene, Dixon, Makeda, Kemisha, and myself. And then here we have Amanda, who wasn't present on the first slide. All right, so as y'all know, St. Thomas Parish Youth Council is the umbrella club for youth organizations and club across the parish of St. Thomas. So this PowerPoint is just to back the information that was read by our Secretary Makeda. So here we just have highlights from some of the projects and the partnerships that we planned and executed. So these are some of the posters here on screen, and this is the period poverty poster spearheaded by Miss Neanda Brown, then the phone card drive spearheaded by Miss Charlene Dixon, and then the mask and book drive spearheaded by Miss Kamisha McLean. Next is the poster for the Little Genius partnership that we did with Next Step. And over the year, from the pandemic started, we have been doing a lot of partnerships. So on screen, we have Amanda, our public relations officer, and Najee, our treasurer and project manager. They were doing they had a conversation on the Talk Up Radio series. And then this over here to my right is the poster for our Youth Vibe Live series and activity and trivia night. And then this is what our inside challenge winner and poster looked like. Also, recently we started a partnership with the NIA and the Youth for Change Foundation, where we host a WhatsApp group where persons from all over Jamaica answer questions about general knowledge, and at the end they're awarded prizes, which are credits, digital and flow. So the winner will get $800, second place $500, and third place $300. And also the Bless to Bless Foundation, which is spearheaded by Miss Charlene Dixon, is also a part of this initiative. Now, this is just some of the highlights and the projects that the club has been doing and various members have been a part of. So on screen, we have Miss Charlene Dixon in all of these photos. Next, we have Najee. And as you know, Charlene is a Prime Minister awardee in the section of community involvement or development. And these are some of the school stores and stuff like that that she engaged in. I'm so sorry about that, guys. And then all right, sorry about that, guys. So as it relates to the care package distribution, this is some of the highlights from the care package distribution. And also this is just some clips from Global Night, the NCYJ link up. And to conclude, this picture is from the Youth Council and the Bless to Bless Foundation. They had a story time night, which was a activity for Child Month. So thank you all, and this is just our year in review and some highlights and snippets.
Blessings, St. Thomas, Ashage, you conclude?
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Ashage, you finish? St. Thomas Parish
Yes,
Council?
I am.
Oh,
Yes,
great.
I
Thank
am.
you so much, guys. Thank you so much. All right, so we're just going to journey into Kingston and St. Andrew. And remember, guys, I'm not going to say we're strapped for time, but we have to be mindful of time. So we're just kind of asking presentations, 10 minutes maximum. We really are providing you a lot of time to present and everything. And again, we just want to thank St. Thomas Parish Council for doing their outstanding job, and the other parish councils that have presented for the work that they have been doing. Let me turn on my video, sorry. I'm thanking them for the work that they have been doing. You understand me? Very important. We're also going to journey into Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Council. KSA, are you here? Tashana?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
President made journey present.
Yes, so we have started. Well, my name is Tashana Wignall, the president for Kingston and St. Andrew Steering Committee, and we have gotten this post and position in August. So it's a very short period of time, guys. But with KSA, just full of buzz. So this is what we have been doing so far. We did the care package distribution, where we went ahead and delivered all the packages within Kingston and St. Andrew. Yes, PYC was a part of it. We have Marvally Police Youth Club, Jews and Police Youth Club. We have Soaring Eagles Foundation, Seaview Gardens. So we went ahead and we went out there and went and gave away the packages as well. We had the Breast Awareness session where we collaborated with the Grand Spend Police Youth Club, and that was wonderful. We did the drug abuse and mental wellness session. We partnered with the National Council on Drug Abuse and the Ministry of Education. We also had a school supply drive, book donation drive, and we had a wonderful meeting, 2 sessions, meeting with the Honorable Christopher Tufton, where we spoke about the COVID-19 Ambassadors Program. We're talking about getting youth from the grassroots communities to do mass making training. We're talking about mental health sessions because we know how important it is to keep a positive mental health. Right. We also had, because we started in such a short period of time, we engaged the presidents from different youth groups. It was very difficult at first because based on what happened before, it caused a very negative downfall on the council. So we rise above occasions and we went out there. We got so much clubs registered. We have meetings with the president. We had 2 presidents meetings so far, excellent reviews. We know that even during the COVID-19 pandemic, it has a strain on the youth groups, but we have a strong comeback, right? We have on our team Naveda Green, our wonderful secretary. We have Telsa Small, the public relations officer, where she has her project called Rags to Riches Foundation. It's going to be a live session, guys. It's something that you can't miss, right? We're talking about reaching out to the youth on their level, right? Rags to Riches is about where you are to where you're going, right? So trust me, it's a special guest. We have influencers, we have all managed our time well, so we make sure that accounts is well organized and prepared. So we created Dropbox. We have our team, the public relations team, which we have Avrian, we have Okino as well as team. Right, for the treasury report, due to COVID, we know that most clubs won't have the funding to sanction off deals, which is why I'm happy to say that the mass making training, once it is up and running, it will give the club some source, right? Therefore, some funds as well. So they can use that, sell the mask, and use that to help the club and build the club. So we're looking forward to that. We have our social that you cannot miss, guys. We want everyone, our social, rethink social. Yes, let us rethink. If you're stressed and you want to be stressed, tomorrow you have to be on cases, Zoom, rethink social. You cannot miss it. All right, so that is our report, guys. Thank you so much for giving us this chance to represent Andrew. We want to pick up every single person St. James Parachute Council, most definitely thank you for the rulers and the books. We really appreciate it. Guys, just keep on supporting Kingston and St. Andrew and you will never regret it. Thank you. Have a
Thank you so much, Toshana Wignall. There she spoke about the camaraderie between herself and the other parish. It's a good look. Definitely. Come on, you saying something? Okay. All right. So definitely we're going to thank Kingston and St. Andrew for that presentation. Oh, I see Miss Donnette Batchment. Good afternoon, Mrs. Batchment. How are you doing? All is well? Is it that okay? I don't know if she wants to say something. Good afternoon, we can hear you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Walker of Youth Program Implementation in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. And we are indeed delighted that you are able to host your AGM at this time. And you've gotten your opportunity to deliberate as well as to work out your encouraging you to take full advantage of this opportunity and to make it memorable, make it impactful. But I will listen in on your deliberations.
Thank you so much, Miss. Really do appreciate you sacrificing the time to be here. Along with you is, again, our Youth Empowerment Officer and other supporting persons from the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. We're going to have a presentation from St. Catherine Parish Youth Council. They'll be followed by St. Mary Parish Youth Council and St. Anne, Manchester, then Clarendon. I just want to note, now we afforded sufficient time to the persons, 10 minutes, we can afford maybe 11 minutes, but we just want you to understand that we have some constraints because we know this is Saturday. Lots of persons have other things to do. And though we are sacrificing this time, there's an opportunity cost to being here today. You understand me? So St. Catherine, you're up, followed by St. Mary, St. Anne, Manchester, and Clarendon. So Antonio, Parish President, you there?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Great. He's here. I just want to come.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for having me here today. It's a pleasure to be here, right? Representing the youth of St. Catherine and Jamaica, right? For the last AGM, right? The St. Catherine has a few activities, right? First one was last year for our Christmas, right? There was there as well, and Kemo. So they basically, it was a successful event. We had, for this year, we haven't done much as a parish because of COVID, right? We took it on ourselves to not do as much because we're trying to prevent ourselves from catching the virus as well as other club members. So we said that we are not going to basically embark on other activities. However, we held 6 general meetings, including our AGM as a parish, right? And from the AGM, we told, I think about 3 weeks ago, the youth club, we decided as a parish to come together and do a plan of action for the next incoming executive, right? And the youth clubs basically said they did not want that. So move along and talk about our year and how we did as an executive, right? We did 3 package drives, right? One of them was sponsored by St. James and Hanover Parish Youth Council, and other sponsors. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing
you. I am breaking up.
Yes, you're breaking up.
All right, give me a minute.
Thank you. I thought that the breaking up was on my side, so I didn't want to intervene. Antonio, is it going to take like maybe 5 minutes, or it's going to take like 30 seconds to correct the internet deficit?
All right, I'm here now. I switched to David's machine, David O'Connor, right?
Okay, good. Okay,
all right. As I was saying, do I have to start over or just continue?
I believe understanding that we're here to hear from you, it would be important if you can just continue, at a little bit, at a andante, a faster pace, crescendo. I don't know what the term.
All right, let's move along then. All right, so I'm just speaking about our activities, right? As I said, we had 6 general meetings, including our AGM, right? We did 3 care package drives, which we got some sponsorship from Hanover Parish Youth Council and St. James Parish Youth Council, right? We're currently embarking on the continuation of the violence prevention program, which has been sponsored by NIA, right? So we are doing the follow-up aspect of it, testing and so forth next week on the World AIDS Day, right? We partnered with the YIC and the Ministry of Education in doing our round the table talk for St. Catherine, and we are putting together the steering committee for the Portmore Youth Council, right? Basically, it basically being active, right? Damaged Youth Club, Soapbar Youth in Action, Cooley Lane, and 2 other youth clubs, right? Being started. So basically, that's it. Other from our women empowerment session that is going to be done in December, and our PR seminar that will also be in December. So basically, that's it for St. Catherine.
Anthony, there?
Yeah.
You conclude the presentation?
Yeah. I
okay, great. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So just going to move over to St. Mary Parish Youth Council. Before I move on, I just want to acknowledge the presence of the Caribbean Regional Youth Council, that is called CRIC, responsible for national councils in the Caribbean region. Kendall, you here? Kendall Vincent is the director for communication, I think. Kendall, you here? All right.
Hello, guys. Good afternoon.
Oh, great. So Samara is going to present. Thanks, Samara. You may lead.
All right. So hi, everyone. Thank you for having us here. All right. So St. Mary's Parish Youth activities. I'm going to go in the Anata Bay area. That was done with the Red Cross Society. We did care package distribution for youth club members and senior citizens in and around the Port Maria area. We, of course, we also visited the Port Maria Infirmary, where we did a sanitation day, PEM. We also participated in the Beechamville Primary School Boys Day. And several of our members were trained to be a part of the National Volunteer Program with ODPEM on disaster risk management, one of the bigger events or bigger things we have seen for our parish is we have been working with a past. He has decided to partner with the council in building a center, if you will, for the parish where we can do homework. So he's going to provide the funding. If it needs any employees, etc., he's willing to provide it. What he has asked of us is just to provide him with basically a plan on how and where we would find an area fit to put it, but he is willing and able to help us. Due to COVID, of course, he hasn't been able to travel to the island, as he said he'd like to meet us in person, and that has not happened as yet. But it's something wonderful. Of course, several of our members have been assisting with the online back to school challenges that some persons have been facing. We have either been showing the persons how to log on, how to use the different apps, etc. So we have been working, and we have been facing a lot of challenges, but we do feel like we have support from some of our sponsors. That is. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samari, Parish Secretary. Thank you so much for the presentation. Great presentation. So just going to move over to St. Anne Parish Youth Council. Is Samantha here? Or Samantha, are you there? Samantha. Is the parish president there?
Shanique will be presenting. Good afternoon.
Okay, great. Okay, Shanique McClay, how are you doing? All right, you may
I'm
join.
all right. All protocols observed. Good afternoon. I am Shanique McKay, the Assistant Treasurer for the St. Anne Parish Youth Council. As it relates to our parish, nothing major is happening due to the pandemic that we are facing. So therefore, all youth clubs are closed for the time being. On the 25th of August, the council allowed for distribution. Packages were distributed and persons/clubites were grateful. However, for now, we will be hosting a speech competition at the march of December. Also, the St. Anne Parish Youth Council, in association with Women Parish with educational matter, self-esteem issues, and help with building self-awareness. So far, we have 10 mentees and 10 mentors. In office, we have a new youth empowerment officer. Her name is Georgia Campbell, and she will be working along with Ms. Samantha Bartley, our previous youth empowerment officer. Only 3 persons are on our executive body, namely Amanda Thomas, the Vice President, Andrew Brown, Assistant Secretary, and myself, Shanique McKay, the Assistant Treasurer. In closing, we are open for the best across Jamaica as we fight this.
All right, Shanique, thank you so much. I'm unsure if you would have concluded, but I see that you received your camera, so I'll take it that you've concluded.
Yes, I said in closing. Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, St. Anne. Just going to journey over to the parish of Manchester. So Manchester Parish, are you here? Are you here with us now? The representative that will be presenting, is he or she here?
Yes, I am here, Mr. Palmer.
Great. Parish President, you can go.
Can you share for me, Miss White, please?
In the meantime, Derek, you can just do some introduction of yourself so that persons can.
All right, guys. I'm Derek Powell, the president for the Manchester Parish Youth Council, and as well as the Christiana DAC president. I work alongside with also the police club in Manchester. So I serve as the sports and events coordinator.
Ms. White, you're able to share screen.
Blessings.
Sorry for the delays.
Is everything okay?
Delays, guys.
Um,
Just a minute.
all right. Should I go to another parish? Derek Powell, do you want me to go to the next parish?
Yes, you
Are
can
you
go,
going to?
go ahead to another parish. I'm gonna try to find it from my end.
All right, no problem. So I see Garrett Warren is already here. You know, he's ready. Parish president for Clarendon Parish Youth Council. Garrett, you may lead, sir.
All right, so good afternoon, guys. Our concluding year 2019 to 2020 was by no means an easy walk in the park. We are a resilient parish council, and thus we trotted onward in the most severe pandemic of the 21st century as a bold, unapologetic, zealous, and zesty team, which has led us to accomplish much to be thankful for. Building Bridges Mentorship Program. Through the NYCJ-NIA partnership, we conceptualized and implemented 2 phases of our flagship program. The first phase ran from January 11 to March 7, 2020. Under the first phase, a total of 14 participants were directly engaged and benefited from weekly mentoring sessions and individually assigned mentors and group empowerment sessions held every week. Participants made courtesy calls on the office of NIA and met with Professor Trevor Monroe and Miss Jamie Ann Chevans. The group also visited the Emancipation Park. For many of the participants, it was their first visit to Kingston and our Emancipation Park. The weekly empowerment sessions were facilitated by our Youth Empowerment Officer, Miss Chevelle Campbell. The second phase commenced on the 12th of September and ended on November 7. Under this phase, a total of 13 participants were directly impacted and benefited from weekly sessions, which were targeted at building their literacy and numeracy levels, as our team realized that the participants were falling behind due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the closure of schools. We continued to be supported by NIA, without whom this phase would not have materialized, and our youth empowerment officers, Miss Chevelle Campbell and Miss Kerry Thomas. The impact and success of the program has been felt and seen by several stakeholders whom have inquired and requested that this program be extended to other communities. Thus, it is the intention of this council to have systematic discussions with a view of expanding the program in the coming year, 2021. Residential capacity building training. Our residential capacity building training was held ahead of the pandemic on the 28th of February to the 1st of March 2020. A total of 23 persons from 10 youth clubs, along with 3 youth club aides from Manchester and 3 parish youth council members from St. Catherine were in attendance. This training again materialized from the partnership. With NIA, right? And it facilitated bonding with persons from the varying communities. All right, bank account. We've started the process to open our bank account at JN Bank in Maypen. The process has proven to be a most tedious task with varying requirements needed for us to do so. The challenges, though tedious, are not insurmountable, and so we continue to be resilient and work towards satisfying all requirements with a view to have our account opened before Christmas. Virtual line. Realizing the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the need for continuous engagement of youths, we organized a successful virtual line session, which was later adopted and continued by several other parish youth councils. The sessions facilitated the space for integrated competitions and connecting with persons from the various councils. We've noted that following the first virtual line sessions, increased cross-parish conversations, communications, and familiarity of persons with each other occurred. We were miles apart, yet we managed to become closer knitted as a national youth body. I Rise Award. We've partnered with the Live Love Laugh Youth Foundation to host an award ceremony for youth leaders across the parish. This event occurred on the 28th of November, today, and persons received awards for their continuous contribution to youth work and the development of our parish. International Coastal Cleanup Day. We applied to be one of the coordinators for International Coastal Cleanup Day and was successfully selected. We are currently looking at one of the 4 days in December dedicated for such activity to be executed, and will be leading a team to clean up the Cockpit River area within the next 2 weeks. Club visitations. Before the pandemic, we visited approximately 8 youth clubs, meetings, and supported several club events. Publicity. From the concerted efforts of our team, utilization of social media, the wearing of branded shirts, visiting clubs and interacting with stakeholders, Clarendon Parish Youth Council and National Youth Council, as well as JN, have gained immense traction and is poised to become a household name in the parish of Clarendon within the coming year. With our shirts, JN and NYCJ are inseparable. Appointment. Our treasurer, Miss Christina Cox, resigned her position due to work opportunities, and our council met, discussed, and decided to appoint Miss Shari Brooks from one of our member organizations to act as treasurer, and whom was also instrumental in organizing and executing our virtual raffle held just a few hours ago. Commendations. Roger A. Lewis, Vice President of our Parish Youth Council, was selected as a youth parliamentarian and is one of the selected speakers for this year's sitting of the House, which will be held on November 30th. Myself was also ordained as a pastor in the Church of the United Brethren in Christ Jamaica Conference in March. Yes. Our public relations officer, Cheyenne Reed, launched her online business named Shy's Closet, right? Condolences. As a parish, several members of our youth clubs lost their lives and or lost loved ones in tragic circumstances. We made visits, calls, and expressed condolences to those bereaved, and we continue to give support social distance style. In concluding, considerably, 2020 has been a trying year. We had to rethink the way we operated, restructured our thought processes, and find new ways to energize and motivate the youths we engage. We, the Clarendon Parish Youth Council, plan to continue to chart the way forward to assist all our youths. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Parish Pres. Very detailed and concise presentation. Just want to take this opportunity to acknowledge we have another youth empowerment officer that has been assigned to the National Youth Council of Jamaica since November of this month. His name is Mr. Guyan Mitchell. Guyan, are you there, sir? Mr. Mitchell, are you there? I hope that you can just at least allow the persons to acquaint themselves with your face. Outstanding worker, has been working with youth for years. Person of repute, along with our youth empowerment. Sir, you can't turn on your camera. What happened to the camera? Okay. Great, man. So you can do your introduction.
Well, you know, suppose I wasn't dressed for this. Well, good afternoon. I mean, it's a pleasure to share in your meeting. I've been listening to the updates, and I've seen that a lot have been going on across the various parishes. So, I mean, you guys have been really working, and I am looking forward to continue to work with the youths. I mean, I've been working with St. Catherine, and, you know, I have an understanding in terms of how the youth council function, and I will take the opportunity to learn more in terms of the culture of the various councils, and especially the fact that I'll be working close with the National Youth Council. But, you know, I like to work on the ground, so I like to know what is happening with all the different councils directly, you know, so I can get a feel what is really happening from the various groups as I provide, you know, guidance and support at the national level. So I look forward to working with you all, and I hope that this meeting will continue to be productive.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Again for the work that you've been doing. Again, just wanted to acknowledge Kendall Vincent. Are you yes? Board member.
Glass.
Hello. Oh, I don't know if you're speaking to me.
Okay. No, I'm at the youth parliament thing as well. So they were just into what I.
Okay, you're breaking up.
No, man, that's all right. I was just saying that I'm also at the youth parliament. I'm training as well.
Okay, great. Okay, thanks for the clarity. Kendall Vincent, are you here from board member for communication at the Caribbean Regional Youth Council? Blessings,
Yes,
Kendall. Can you bring some welcome and some introduction quickly, please, if it's possible?
Okay, so you hear me, right?
Yes, man, we're hearing you. We're hearing you.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. As most of you all may be aware, my name is Kendall Vincent. I am the current board member for communications and information at the Caribbean Regional Youth Council. Of course, I'm colleagues with Jerome Palmer, board member for training at CRIC. So it really gives me a great, opportunity. I just want to thank you all for the opportunity of giving CRIC the chance to be here with you all today. So on behalf of the Caribbean Regional Youth Council, I want to continue to encourage you to stay safe, stay connected as we continue to face COVID-19 together. So feel free to, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Crick Youth. So all the best, guys. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Jerome?
Yes, man, I'm here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Again, thank you so much for sacrificing the time to be here today and listening. And this is not new. I think we had St. Lucia's AGM the other day. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend. I was without a device at that time. All right, so we're just going to move into the next presenter that should come at this time. Clarence Manchester, are you available at this time? Manchester Parish? Oh, great, they are. Great, they are.
Yes, we are.
All right, so I'm just going to journey into them and the other parishes.
Welcome again, guys.
No, man, continue. I was just going to say the other parishes that are to come.
Welcome again, guys, to the Manchester Parish Youth Council. 2019 to 2020 report period. Next slide, please.
Go ahead, Derek. It's on January 2020. Derek? Mr. Powell, are you able to see?
Proceed, Ms. White.
Okay, in the interim, let me know where Derek left off. Not sure what happened to it. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sandra White, Secretary for the Manchester Parish Youth Council. To continue where Derek left off, let me just run through our report as it relates for our parish. Anthony Hall postulates that happiness is the new rich, kindness is the new cool, and health is the new wealth. Inner peace, success.
I'm just seeing it, Miss White.
Okay, go ahead.
Nomination and selection of police.
We're having some glitches with you, Mr. Powell. Ms. White, could you proceed, please?
Okay, will do. Anthony Hall postulates that happiness is the new rich, kindness is the new cool, health is the new wealth, and inner peace is the new success. With this in mind, the Manchester Parish Youth Council in January, the nomination and selection of the Police Youth Club parish executives, we also had the formation of events and the signing of contracts regarding the positions and guidelines for same. Subsequent to that, in February 2020, the executives and members by the Kingston and St. Andrew and Manchester clubs related police leaders. This was held in Mile Gully, Manchester at the courthouse. Leaders of the Hills Police Youth Club hosted a Black History commentary, and representatives from the Manchester Parish Youth Council was a part of their discussion panel, namely Sandra White, Secretary and Vice President, Mr. Ricardo Miller. In March 2020, where members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force in and around the parish of Manchester and St. Elizabeth were awarded for their contributions to community development in and across the parishes. Their number of persons that participated in this event exceeded 50 from community members, church groups, and other associates. So we have highlights of the award ceremony. It was hosted by our president, Mr. Derek Powell, along with the president of the Alligator Pond Police Youth Club in St. Elizabeth, in Manchester, rather. We continue in April. Unfortunately, the COVID virus by this time has dampened our calendar of events, so we had to move to the virtual space. And as well, so our members also are important to us. So we rethink our way forward in terms of our responsibilities and our plans as we continue to help to build a better Jamaica. Projects that happened in 2020 continued. So we have a church service. There we have our sports coordinator, and I must say he's also a youth parliamentarian 2020, along with our PRO, Miss Letitia White. They're currently in Kingston, also making preparation for Monday's meeting. We continue with May 2020, more highlights there. Also, we have reported that we have over 14 registered clubs that are in Manchester. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, clubs were forced to push to place, and of such, the total is 4. We continue to provide the necessary support to aid in the continuation or resumption of these clubs. So highlights of activities from June 2020 to July 2020, we had our breast cancer awareness forum. We visited the Golden Age Home. From this event, along with testimonials from persons that have survived. We also had a doctor on panel. This was hosted by our Vice President, Mr. Ricardo Miller. Recently done at the Northern Caribbean University in Mandeville. Our president, Mr. Derek Bill, the arrow green, pointed to him right there, PRO, Mr. White, also a youth parliamentarian. Secretary Sandra White, Treasurer, Mr. Damani Facey, and our Vice President, Mr. Ricardo Miller. We would like to thank you for this presentation. That's the end of it. Thank you. Handing back over to you, Mr. Chair.
All right, Westmoreland, are you here?
Yes, good
All right,
afternoon.
Westmoreland, you may proceed with your parish report, sir.
All right, let me proceed to sharing the screen here. All right. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Start my video. So the Westmoreland Parish Youth Council at the onset of 2020 we had not had our full complement of executive members. So we had proceeded to have elections also to fill the vacant posts. As you can see on this slide here, we had to fill the post of Vice President, Secretary, Assistant, PRO, Treasurer, and a post also created by myself, special projects for our initiatives. Our presentation is really titled West Youths, under the acronym Work to Elevate, Serve, and Transform Youths. The executive body, out of many, one executive, is comprised of myself and my fellow members, Mr. Pierce, Ms. Dixon, and our other members. So we embarked this year on our Operation Breakthrough Youth program in partnership with that of the National Integrity Action, where we aided youths in terms of sports, entrepreneurship, and program development. So we engaged them in these areas as we took a strategic approach to identifying the needs of those persons in our parish so that we could have tailored programs or initiatives that would make or affect a great impact upon them. We also received items that were of great significance to our initiatives, such as school bags, school supplies, and football gears for our various initiatives. So we have to acknowledge the efforts of our youths, and we gave them medals as well. And there is, in the middle, you can see Mr. Brown. He's the coordinator for the Deans Valley Youth Club, where we had targeted in that area 10 at-risk young men for the program, and also Miss Jamie and Siobhan from the National Integrity Action, and alongside myself. We also have here, coming from the Operation Breakthrough Youth program, our most supportive youth club and their coordinator, Miss Johnson from the Seaton Crescent Youth Club. We also had to recognize a fallen soldier from the Seaton Crescent Youth Club. He was one of our participants as well. He had an unfortunate end, but we rest in peace. We always try to leave an impact on our community. On August 29th, we had held an event geared towards assisting persons health-wise, also where we included that of blood donations, because there's currently a shortage of blood island-wide. All members of the executive were asked to offer a pint or two, a pint at least. So persons also gave blood, other individuals gave blood on the day. We distributed our care packages as well as back to school supplies. Over 108 persons were impacted on this day from this initiative. And we also maintain all social distancing and COVID protocols. So the dream team, no man is an island. So this is the full complement here. As well, we definitely must say gratitude is a must, and we thank everyone for their contributions. So apart from that, Westmoreland had also embarked on research and assessment in communities, where we went around and did a needs-based assessment of all persons and parties that are affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. That was what assisted us in identifying the area that we would have distributed care packages and tried to impact persons the most by way of the health fair. We also participated in the Youth Jam series, where Mr. Ikula Pierce, Vice President of the Westmoreland Parish Youth Council, spoke on personal branding and absentee fathers. And we also had a social enterprise session where I was a speaker in that forum. In relation to our handing over ceremony and awards from the session, I must applaud our sponsors as well, JNW, National Integrity Action and National Youth Council of Jamaica, who we had partnered with to carry out most of these initiatives. So that really is our year in review from Westmoreland. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leon Malcolm. Really appreciate the presentation. I think it's important before we go any further that it's absent and it's unforgivable that we didn't state the contributions made by NIA, National Integrity Action, to the National Youth Council of Jamaica. They have been an outstanding support and partner to us, and we have to acknowledge that. I don't see Miss Shevans here today, but I definitely know that she would have been here if she could have made it. So we're just going to jump into the other parish presentation. As a Chad would have placed it in the group. So I think it's St. James and then Hanover. Have I got it correct? Chad? Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sure. Would have been St. James and then.
Yeah, man. All right, then just St. James, you may go through, sir. Sorry, I do apologize. Definitely.
So good day, guys.
All right, thank you.
So the St. James Parish Youth Council has 6 members on its executive, and together, everything is possible. We seek to find issues that are affecting youths and work out a way in which we can make an effective initiative to reduce the negative impact such situation, or highlight strong points as the means of encouragement in the areas that are beneficial to them. It is said that we are living in an ill society. However, truth is, us as youth can make a difference. This has always been, the push factor behind the activities. We have done many projects and social gathering and which will be outlined. Okay. Throughout our entire duration of our venture service, we visited youth clubs within our parish and implemented inter-clubbing activities. We went to socials, cookouts, empowerment sessions, and even assisted with planning and implementation of different youth club activities and panel discussion. We also got some of our youth enrolled in Arches NTA to get them certified. To name a few clubs that benefited from this initiative: Cambridge TriStar, PYC, Blackshop Police Youth Club, Mandingo Youth Club, Moy Hall Youth Club, and Dreamers Youth Association. We partner with the NIA, which is National Integrity Action, and we must say thanks to the National Youth Council of Jamaica for putting that partnership together. The name of our program was Bila Pari Mentorship Program. It was in an effort to foster growth and motivate children and youth and young teens. This initiative was geared towards youth that has been affected by crime and violence, letting them know that life has so much to offer. It's only on us to believe in ourselves. Through this program, we mentor 5 children. This was not without the help of our various community club presidents, as they were the ones who selected them. These mentees went through several activities with the mentors that promoted them holistically. At the end of the program, we had an awesome Bila Pari award ceremony and dinner. where we acknowledge both mentors and mentees for their participation and willingness in making the program a success. We invited the club members to join the celebration. Likewise, we celebrated them too. Certificate of appreciation was given to the attributes, for example, most improved club, most vibrant youth club in St. James. This is to remind them that their service does not go unnoticed. Odin?
Thank you so much, Peter Gay. And I don't know if Peter Gay had introduced herself, but you just heard from our parish president, and I'll be taking over, and I am the vice president. Clubs in our parish, there were proposals on the table to help plan and execute activities in which some we managed to go through. However, the pandemic has caused us to reconsider our plans. Our first activity as a council during the pandemic was our care package distribution. We issued over we also partnered with the Hanover Parish Youth Council and Hanover Charities to distribute 50 care packages in Hanover. We also partnered with the NYCJ to also distribute some care packages through 2 or different youth councils, and all of these initiatives were a success. We realize how important it is to make our voice be heard, despite limitations. Hence, we made social media platforms our best friend. Knowing how hard it must have been for our local clubs to reach out and be effective, we advised them of this channel. We then encourage each community club to create their social media page and sell their brand. With the help of social media, we are able to host various Zoom meetings, DMG Lives geared towards youth empowerment, youth interaction, and youth development. These were successful, we can say, based on the comments that were made and the youth roundtable talk with various voluntary youth-led organizations in St. James with the minister of that 5 clubs in St. will participate in the fight by making COVID-19. The extended period of not physically meeting with each council member, the extended period of not physically meeting with each council member, we planned an executive link up. It was a day of fun and relaxation. However, our duty was still in our mind as we brainstorm ideas that were in favor of the greater good of our population. DeAndre Harton, our treasurer, Lana Marie Linton.
All right, so I don't know if Odin, you were hearing him say it's Peter Gay Scott, our president, Odin Jamali Reed, our vice president, DeAndre Orton is our treasurer, Lana Marie Hilton is our secretary, Onisa Graham, PRO, Rakila Reed, assistant treasurer. We challenge the persons who will move to the council forward. We have left
build the legacy we've left.
We have left behind to assist in leaders in our society. So thank you from St. James. I want to say thank you to NIA and also JN for sponsoring our lovely shirts and for sponsoring with the National Youth Council of Jamaica. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Blessings. Thank you so much, guys. Just having I have a baby in my background, so it's a little noisy here. So I do apologize for that. All right, so Hanover, you're up next. I see Chad would have placed it there. Thank you so much, Chad, for that. Chad is the second vice president for the council. I see St. James, thank you so much for the presentation. Hanover, you ready?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Yes, we are ready.
Wonderful, you may lead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Karima Sterling from the Hanover Parish Youth Council, treasurer at this moment, and I will proceed in giving you our report for our year in review. One of our joys of preparing our annual report as a council is that it gives us an opportunity to look back and be grateful and thankful for all that we have accomplished. The past year was challenging for not only us as representatives of Hanover Parish Youth Council, but also on the international level. The entire world was challenged to adapt to what is now a new normal way of life as a result of one of the most horrendous pandemics in history. Nevertheless, we became creative and resilient to answer to the call of many youths in the parish. As a council, we participate in many partnerships with other parishes and other stakeholders. We have also utilized the virtual platform to execute some of our events. Partnership with the Heart Trust NTA and the Hanover Youth Innovation Center. The Hanover Parish Youth Council did a joint skills learning program with the Heart Trust NTA and the the Hanover Youth Innovation Center. A total of over 100 youths were trained in 2 skill areas, bartending and housekeeping. Our very own treasurer, Karima Sterling, benefited from this program. She was trained in housekeeping and also went a bit further to be trained privately in early childhood education with the Heart Trust NTA. March of 2020. In March of this year, we coordinated a peace march. The Hanover Parish Youth Council collaborated with 9 schools, inclusive of teachers, to successfully execute the peace march. There was a total of 100 participants who were in attendance. On to our COVID relief program partnerships. Our COVID relief programs really went above and beyond in delivering care packages. We outdid ourselves because of the assistance that we received. The distribution of 25 care packages to the Tower Hill Primary School and the Moy Hall community in the parish of St. James. We did another joint initiative with St. James Parish Youth Council, Hanover Charities, and the Hanover Strong and other stakeholders from the parish of Hanover. With this partnership, we distributed a total of 35 care packages to PATH students at the Watford Hill Primary School in the parish of Hanover. Our third initiative was the largest care package distribution in the parish of Hanover. This joint effort could not have been a success without the assistance of Hanover Strong, which is a combination of the listed stakeholders: Hanover Parish Youth Council, Hanover Charities, churches within the parish, and youth clubs within the parish, such as the Sandy Bay Police Youth Club, Malcolmites Police Youth Club, Kingsville Police Youth Club, and of course, our newly formed Elgin Town Police Youth Club. We distributed approximately 10,000 care packages to schools, churches, communities, and homes in the parish of Hanover. Youth Development Webinar. Our youth development webinar, dubbed Empowering Youths for Tomorrow, was held for 5 days and concluded with a virtual social. We had 5 strong presenters who delivered effortlessly. We must extend our heartiest appreciation to Nick Cardo from the Westmoreland Parish Youth Council, who assists us greatly with the technical aspects of this event. Around the table discussion. November 25th concluded another virtual event with the Parish Youth Council for Region 4, Hanover, Westmoreland, and St. James Parish Youth Councils. This virtual webinar discussion, in which the presenter expounded on topics such as personal branding and mastering network. to name and highlight a few other are to give special thanks and highlight to the YEOs, Mrs. Haley Collins and Dawn Marie Latouche, for their sterling support to the development of the Hanover Parish Youth Council and program. We were able to birth the Lanstis Bay Police Youth Club alongside the Elgin Town Youth Club. I do thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Great presentation as it relates to Hanover Parish. Thank you so much again. Just want to venture over to, I think there are two parishes remaining to present, and they are Trelawney and St. Elizabeth. If I am incorrect, you let me know. Oh, and also we have Chris Chinapu is with us. Chris Chinapu has been assisting the National Youth Council of Jamaica. He's from Trinidad. He's here in Jamaica, basically like a consultant. Hope you guys don't mind. Me pat the pan fire, the pressure, you know, the food, the pressure. You understand? Me look at the soup. You understand? Me so open up to mind what going. But as you understand, say COVID, you know, set we a certain way. We have the home, we have a little corner right beside the fridge. You understand me? Yeah, man. But Christopher Chinapu has been assisting us significantly. Mr. Chinapu, so I believe there are two parishes remaining. So I just want to venture onto those two parishes. I see Trelawney and St. Elizabeth, right? Trelawney, you there? I spoke with Kodian. Kodian, who is a parish and would have been sent to us. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to allow St. Elizabeth to present, and then we move over to Brittany. President Brittany, there? All right, so I take it that St. Elizabeth and Trelawney are not here. I don't see anyone. Mr. Chinapu, you want to join just to give an overview? I see you saying peace and blessings to everyone. Enjoying the presentation. A lot of significant work being completed in spite of COVID. Is there anything that you want to say to everyone, Mr. Chinapu?
Well, nothing except good evening, and looking forward to continuing to work with the council, 2021 and beyond. There's a lot of, there are a lot more work to be done, and just, mapping from the ideas and seeing how best we could align whatever projects we'll be working on to the needs of the council and to the needs expressed by the different representatives. And thank you all for the invitation, and good evening.
Okay, no problem. All right then, sir. Thank you so much. So we don't see St. Elizabeth, so they're not here. And Kimoy has a video for Trelawney. He's gonna share it. All right, so Kimoy, who's the financial controller, is going to present a video from Trelawney for you to see. So Kimoy, you there? I hear he's working on it. Are you there, Kimoy? Is it ready? So after this presentation, the National Youth Council is going to do, the National Youth Council of Jamaica's national executive is going to do a presentation based on the work that we would have been doing on the national executive side, either to facilitate the development of the parishes or youth clubs generally. So at this moment, we're just waiting on Kemoy to upload the presentation. But in the meantime, let us hear from you. I don't know if you can comment if you are on social media, if you're watching us, let us hear from you. Just put your stuff in the comment on Instagram. I'm actually just on Instagram also on the live. So if you're there, you just let us know what's up with you.
Search here.
If you're also on the Facebook. Yes, you ready? Great.
Right, can you proceed with the national?
All right, no problem. We'll do. That's okay. All right. So after I present, then we're going to have Trelawney Parish Council's presentation, and then we're just going to follow with some question and answers, because what is important is that youth who are participating or watching us, they can get an opportunity to ask us questions, you know. And at times our presentations might not be clear, so you'd want to know what is absent. Why is it that I don't see you doing this? So it's very important that you can join our conversation. And so great. So are you seeing the screen? Are you seeing the screen? Can you let me know if you're seeing the screen that I'm presenting now? I'm going to turn off my camera. Are you seeing the screen that is in front of us? In front of me, I'm showing a screen marked national, a blue screen.
You're seeing screen, sir.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So welcome to the presentation for the National Youth Council of Jamaica. All right. So just an overview. And I mean, I don't necessarily have to go over to the overview, but the National Youth Council of Jamaica, National Youth Council of Jamaica is an umbrella organization for youth clubs across Jamaica, which seeks to foster youth participation at the community level and advocate for youth participation in all levels of governance through providing assistance in formulating, implementing, and evaluating government policies regarding youth. So this is the organizational structure of the National Youth Council of Jamaica, based on what would have been communicated to us. So we have the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, Youth and Adolescents Policy Division. We operate through the Youth and Adolescents Policy Division, because at this moment we are a program of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. And then when you come down, we have the National Executive Committee of the National Youth Council. So we have the National Executive Committee. The National Executive Committee consists of the National Executive, which is the chairman and the other executive, along with the parish presidents, right? And so beneath the National Executive Committee is a National Executive Committee. The Parish Executive Committee, right here, we see I have a little mouse. That is the parish executives plus the presidents of each club, right? The National Executive Committee meets bi-monthly, and the Parish Executive Committee is to meet monthly, right? So if you haven't been meeting monthly as a parish, you need to speak with your parish council executive. Now, as you can see, youth community-based organization is at the bottom. So just have to go, preamble, because, and we know persons who are watching us on the live might be wondering who we are. We just want to provide that clarity, and we don't know if there's a partnership in the making. All right, so what have we done since January? This presentation is from January 2020 to November 2020, right? So since January 2020, the first thing we started was the NIA NYCJ Violence Prevention Partnership, and it was about $8 million. This was the first leg. And so we got a paper covering of it. This came in the paper. National Youth Council of Jamaica aims to help reduce crime next year, which was for 2020, right? So the parishes, there were 5 parishes involved: St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, Clarendon, and parish is missing. I don't remember the other parish, and I can't read the comments. Let me just see if I can read the comments. All right, so I can't read the comments at the moment. But yeah, there are 5 parishes that were involved in this, right? 5 parishes. Oh, they're on the screen. St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and St. James, right? Now, these parishes would have led various violence prevention programs, violence disruption programs. St. Catherine did one that was geared at young youth in the Jobs Lane community. St. Clarendon did one for Hazel Hall. St. James did one. Westmoreland, St. James and Westmoreland spoke about theirs. St. Elizabeth also did theirs. So there was phase 2 of the program. I believe that this phase was about $3 million. So in total, the entire partnership with NIA was about, if this is correct, if the $3 million is correct, it would be $11 million was allocated to this. Now this is phase 2, and this is what a picture, I think, from Clarendon Parish Youth Council. As you can see, the NYCJ is non-partisan, and you can see that we have both the MP there and the MP caretaker. We have other persons who are a part of the Youth Development Committee, and we have some young persons here who are recipients of this program. Now, this program is very important because in this program, there was a mother of, I think, 2 or 3 children, and she was below the age of 20, right? And the parish, so this is to show, not to discriminate, but this is to show the audience that the parishes were targeting, persons who are actually affected. It wasn't just something that they were trying to do because they're getting the money. So in and of itself, it was kept at a grassroots level, done at a community level with a strict amount of participants to ensure that they can properly monitor and evaluate the entire program. So the next thing that we did was advocacy, and this was a result of COVID-19. The council, National Youth Council executive saw, National Youth Council of Jamaica rather, saw that city and guilds, heart subjects, and there's a next one, GCE, those were not included in the conversations that were happening for exams. So we were saying, listen, we know Walipa Youth, and this was through our parish councils. We said to them, hey, let us know the type of persons who are impacted, but are not able to sit their exams. And this was what came to us. So immediately we sent out to the parish councils for them to help us edit a press release, and we sent out the press release. A day after the press release, I want you to know that the press release was sent Tuesday at about 3 o'clock. And Wednesday, 8 a.m. in the morning, there was a press release from the ministry saying that they outlining steps how GCEs and City and Guild students would be accommodated for in the examination. And it just to show, and this is the only advocacy thing that we have done. We have done others that include, there was a young man in St. James that was extrajudicially killed. I wouldn't say he was killed by gun, but by unnecessary force, where an officer, soldiers told him to run home in the evening after curfew, and he had a heart attack, I believe. And we did some others. However, those weren't brought in the media, but we used our social media platforms to share them. But we just showed this because this was brought forward on the media. Now, the next thing that we did was the National Youth Council of Jamaica. We reached out to various private sector organizations through our social media platform to ask them, hey, can you help us to do some care package distribution to young people across the island? Because we know, say, all persons are being accounted for, right? Because persons say, oh, they're the elderly at home. We know that children are being accounted for. We say, what happened to youth? You have so many youth now who are depending on PATH. They're not going to school right now. Cool. PATH is not enough. It has already been insufficient. What more can be done? And boom, God bless us. The Council for, I think it's called CVSS, Council for Voluntary and Social Services, I believe. I think that is it. Come on, you can correct me if I'm incorrect. They came on board and they gave us up to $1 million worth of care packages. Now, in this picture, I want you to know where you see, this is Kemoy Financial Controller. This was the JDF representative that was there. This is the delivery gentleman. He's from, I think, Nutri Products of Marcus Garvey Drive. This is a volunteer from Red Cross and the chairman. And so all of these bags that you see in the background are ours, right? And we want to just firstly thank them. Secondly, thank the St. Catherine Parish Council for allowing us, and Guyana, who allowed us and both helped us to go through each of these packages. And this, what you're seeing here, isn't the only thing that we received. We received some other things along the side. Sardines, which aren't here, salt fish, which aren't here, you know, and St. Catherine Parish Youth Council, along with Guyana, helped us, along with some volunteers from the National Youth Service who were at the center. They helped in packaging, moving. This was an entire truck, guys, that we had to get to do this, and we're very grateful for those partners. And of course, you'd hear the parishes speak about this. All right, very, 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 very impactful. All right, so the next thing that we did was we did a youth vote campaign, Vote JA 2020. We had some Instagram lives and we had some discussions, and it was very impactful. I want you to know that we got support from the Jamaica Commission for Debates. I think that's their name. Yes, we got support from the Jamaican Commission for Debates. They came on board and they, you know, helped us. They sent us their tag that they were using, and we included that in our discussion. They used our tag. So it was very beautiful, you know, and it was non-partisan. which was very, very impactful. All right. The next, some other things that we did was National Youth Council is big on youth ongoing mobilization. So the Ministry of Education would have programs, or they want somebody to speak, and they would say, hey, NYCJ, we need persons to do this, or NIA would want a young person to do something, or CVM would want to interview someone. We engage our youth audience to engage through the parish presidents. We send it to the parish presidents and say, hey, this person wants to do an interview. Who is available? You understand me? And we go through from there. These would have been some of our engagements. All right. So a next partnership that was brought forward this year was the Jamaica National Youth Council of Jamaica partnership. Now, we did a financial literacy program specifically with them. This was for the treasurers of the National Council, of the parish executives, and also we did another training for youth clubs. So we did 2 trainings, right? And posters for this were circulated, right? Now this was to ensure that because the National Youth Council have entered into a partnership with JN, whereas they will provide bank accounts to community-based organizations. So once, if it is that you're out there and you're part of a community-based organization, and you need a bank account, all you need to do is to speak to your parish executive rep and engage them. They are aware of the processes, and they will send you over to the JN office in your parish with the relevant information and documents for you to procure your bank account. And this is very important because if you look at it now, lots and lots of programs are being funded currently. And if you don't have a bank account to send the money, your goose get cooked. That means that you'll have to send the money somewhere else, and you're not, and that's problematic, right? So we have not only gotten the bank accounts for you, but we see the need to empower you with financial education. All right, and again, this is the bank account thing that we would have done. Now, and this again is the education seminar for youth clubs. Now, this is a big one that was recent in November. This is recent. So the National Youth Council is partnering with the Ministry of Wellness and Health to do an island-wide community-based organization. It's called COVID Community-Based Organization Ambassador Program, whereas we will be empowering community-based organization to lead COVID relief programs, right? All you need to do to be a part of this, all you need to do is just to DM NYCJ and say you're interested. That's it. Once you DM us and let us know that you're interested, all we're asking from there is that we will send your information over to the coordinator for the program and to have them do some parish visits for you. So the parishes that were visited already are St. James, Kingston, and Portland, 3 parishes. Some other parishes will be visited. And again, as you can see, it's a small audience that is asked. However, the parish executive members, here you see Tashana Wignall, parish executive members along with youth clubs are asked to attend, about 10 persons. And there is community, the community health coordinator for the parish is also asked to come. It's a good initiative. This is something big, very, very big. And the NYCJ is proud to say that we are a part of this. All right, so we have been also supporting youth in juvenile correctional facilities. So a part of the care packages received, we would have donated to the juvenile correctional facilities in St. Catherine. It's called Rio Cobre, right? So we got some crackers and some other stuff. And the truth is that a lot of, not just the youth, but the adults in the adult correctional facilities, a poultry farm was opened recently, and a lot of adults who are working there who are behind bars. And the truth is that a lot of the adults now and juveniles, they're unable to receive weekly nutritional allowances, increments, put those in air quotes, I don't remember the right term, from outside because of COVID. So therefore, them not getting food from outside. So we have decided to do some donations inside to help them out, help them especially when they're working in the chicken coops. Because I don't know if you ever worked in a chicken coop before. I've done it, and it's a very hard job, right? And from that experience, another experience is working with poultry. Yeah, it requires some assistance. You understand me? And the guys aren't really being paid for that, so we saw the need to help them out there. So wrapping up, all right, so this is something big also. It's a youth tell your life story. And this is basically twofold. One, it's a social media series highlighting community-based organizations, youth from community-based organization that has been doing an outstanding job in their community across the island. That's one. Two, provide an award to some of these persons, right? This has already been launched. You can look out for it. You understand me? Follow our Instagram page at NYCJ_ for more update, or speak to your parish rep for this. All right, so here are some activities that we're doing now. We're actually strengthening the parish council. So we had a meeting with the parish councils the other day, and they said to us, hey, national executive, the truth is we highlight that you're doing good, but there's some stuff that you need to tighten up on, right? Including communication, conflict management, and these were highlighted. And we took those recommendations, and Nicardo, who's here, he's the VP for Manchester Parish. He's the type that can send that over to us. Following that, we will definitely be having some greater engagement with the parishes, because the truth is the national executive and the parishes serve youth clubs. And if our youth club have a problem, it is their right to engage us in a conducive manner to facilitate, not just for them to advise their opinion, but for us to also share ours too, because sometimes, sometimes your opinion is an opinion and might not be true. So we just want to ensure that both sides can engage peacefully and discuss these things, which was done. All right. Also, which is important, is a registration of the National Youth Council of Jamaica, which was recommended from last year at the AGM, and which has been outstanding from even before that. So we're working on that. The project, we have already completed the documents. Financial controller is leading that process. Activities to do, some other activities. So that was activities to do. Increase advocacy for greater subnational governance and new public governance. All this basically says that, listen, we need to engage government to focus more so at a community level. You understand me? Put in businesses providing COVID relief for tourism industry and is good, but we need more business allocation for persons in communities. We need allocations for young people at the grassroots level, persons who have the ice cream stall, the persons who just have a local thing. Why these things are, and I'm sure everybody know a local ice cream man in the community. And this is a simple example who does a lot. That ice cream helps out his family. If he's an agriculture person, it might not be a big, it's 1 acre, but that 1 acre feed him 3 children, and it does a lot. So we really need some assistance, not just to help them now, but to see how best we can widen their lots to make them more successful in what they're doing. Because I know the big businesses make Jamaica, the small man pan the corner make Jamaica. And that is something that is absent from the conversation currently. You understand me? I don't want to sound too passionate about that. We're going to move to the next one. The next thing that we need is an installation ceremony for the current executive. I know we didn't get an installation ceremony or anything. We spoke to the director, Mrs. Hyacinth Blair, and she said, hey, this is something that she would work on. Well, we're already in an office, but we need some paper for say, boy, we'll do some. As you can see, we have been doing a lot of job. Not to say executive, all our way, I do a good job. So we really want something for sure. Say, boy, I will try, I will feel good for you, say, yo, this is what I have for sure. You understand me? The next thing, which is outstanding, is parish reporting. The parishes aren't completing the reporting templates, and this has allowed for a lot of stuff to be backed up. They have issues and it's backed up because it's not being uploaded to the monthly parish reports that were sent out. And we're working on this. This is a part of the recommendations, right? The next thing is to increase advocacy for outstanding annual biannual subvention to the National Youth Council of Jamaica. We don't have no money. We don't have none. All the things that you've seen us, we are people we have to talk to, and which is good. It shows our tenacity and how hard we've been working. And I just want to know that the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is a great sponsor for us. But as it relates to the subvention, we don't really have the money, and we're working with Ministry to get this allocated, sent over to us. We would have sent multiple budgets over. You understand me? But as you know how these things go, you have to allow for checks and balances, and as with previous allocations and allegations of misappropriation of fundings, allocations have become tighter to get. You understand me? And we don't want the NYCJ to be brought to any public accounts committee. It don't look good, even if we're innocent. once you go there, you're guilty until proven innocent. The next thing also is to increase ongoing relationship with Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. So this is something that we really are trying to do a lot more now. As you can see, we have 2 years now, and you can see in the program. So we're really trying to increase and tighten, cement the relationship with the ministry, cement relationship with the parishes, greater cement relationship with the youth club to see how best we can afford a better future to us. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. We're just going to move over to presentation by a presentation now by, I think, Trilani. You ready? Come on, you ready? Kemoy, Financial Control, you ready?
Good day, everyone. My name is
Okay, great. I see. All right.
Parish Youth Council President, and
Hey,
today
President,
I will be
we're not hearing you. I think you're on mute.
Parish Youth Council past year.
We're not hearing you.
I know it has been a hard road for most of us, but we're getting through it together. Let me first say Happy Youth Month to everyone. I hope you're having an amazing Youth Month and you have been engaging in all the activities that we have been having. Okay, so for Children Parish Youth Council past year, we have started off with the hopes of holding a community church services. These church services was geared towards tightening the bond between us and our community, and we were hoping to focus mainly on our youth clubs and how we can better aid them. However, because of the global pandemic, we have been forced to shift our gears. Our new normal came from first checking in with our councils, checking in with our parish presidents, and seeing how they're coping with the new normal. Our care package. So we went out and we distributed 34 care packages of care packages, and those care packages was extended over 10 communities within our parishes, and these were geared towards young persons within our communities. We then dove into various online virtual seminars. One was our virtual youth empowerment session focused on earning online. That was held in order to help ease or provide. We also took a look on the COVID-19 experience. This was geared towards connecting back with each other, knowing that we are all going through the same things, and in some way provide some kind of comfort in that knowing. We also had for young women, and we know that having someone there as we grow as young women to relate back to is something that is really needed and is always wanted. Going into Youth Month, we decided to take a look at our teen mothers, our resilient teen mothers. Being a teen mother is a challenge, so we decided to have a look at different to move on and knowing that it's not the end. Now, ending 2020, we'll be having a session on our youth leaders in COVID-19, how they're coping, how we can better help them coping, and what they can actually do during this time. And also, in our fun and games, we're hoping to have our games night, our virtual games night, and our talent show. Thank you.
The parish president for that outstanding presentation. All right, thank you so much. I just want to conclude by thanking all the parishes for presenting. Really means a lot for participating in the program, and have been really supportive and enabling us, holding us accountable as relates to the things that we have not been doing and what we are to do, and it's very important to the process. So now we're just going to go over into the question and answer session, Q&A. If it is that persons are out who are on the live now, not on the live, inside the conversation that is community-based organizations, and you have questions, comments, could you kindly indicate by raise of hand, for us to get the question. I'll kind of ask you, just keep it like maybe 45 to a minute in asking the question. And we're not trying to cut you or anything. We just want to make that clear. We're here to hear from you. We just want to, be mindful of the time. Are there any questions out there? I'm going to turn off my microphone now. All right, I don't see any question. All right, so but I see Mrs. Walker saying that we should email our presentation. Definitely, Mrs. Walker, we will email you our presentation. Are there any questions or comments, suggestions from the delegate here? I know persons are joining by live. Yes, Nicardo, you can speak, Nicardo.
We have a hand up from Natasha Harriet.
Great, Natasha, you may take the floor. And Natasha, if you're there, could you speak the youth club that you're a part of, please?
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Natasha Harriet. I represent the Nation Builders Youth Development Youth Club. I'm the president, actually. My question is, how does the National Youth Council of Jamaica assist with the community-based organizations? And also, how do we contact persons in order to open the account for the community-based organizations?
All right, great. So that's a great question, Natasha. Thank you so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. Really, really do appreciate you being here. It means a lot. I know you have a lot. You look like a family lady. You have a family. So I'm just going to get to the question, right? So the first thing is that how do we assist community-based organizations? We help through the parish councils. That's the first thing. So you need to identify your parish council. Now, your parish council is here today, right? And they did a presentation, right? What I'm going to kindly ask is, Miss Natasha, could you type your email address into the comment when you get a chance, right? What we're going to do, we're just going to email you the contact information of the executive of the parish, right? I see Amanda just joined us from St. Thomas. Amanda is there. One second, Amanda. All right, great. So just gonna move on. All right, so that's one. The next thing, so you contact your parish council, contact your parish executive. Now, if it is that you're in the hearing of my voice and you are out there and you have a youth club and you want the bank account, first thing that you need to do is again visit the parish council. You need to contact your parish executive. That's the first thing that you need to do. If you can't, so if you're here now and you can't reach a parish executive, all I'm begging that you do is one, you can do two, you can reach out to us on our Instagram page. Reach out to us on that's at NYCJ underscore, type in National Youth Council of Jamaica. Say, hey, interested in getting bank account, and you state your parish. We will send you the contact, maybe the PR or the president's information for the parish, right? And this is available to you. We're going to send this to you. After you'd have received that, they will direct you to the JN Bank account. There, I see here that Westmoreland still has no account. Shana K, are you still here? I just want to hash this out. So Westmoreland, what we're going to do is we're just going to send you Shana K's number. I think, no, the financial controller will take this, and he's here. The financial controller is here. He will handle this. He's here. Financial controller, Kemoy, could you provide greater clarity to Miss Natasha? And also Westmoreland, who doesn't have an account, and all other parishes. No, I think most parishes have account. If there any other parish that doesn't have an account.
All right, so accepted, Sir Chair. Ms. Shauna K. Wright will go right after you are finished right now. I think she's prepping to go live now. So I think she will give more clarity where that is concerned. But as it relates to the club, I mean the parish, where Westmoreland is concerned, we'll definitely speak off here with that. But of course, Shauna K. will of course give more clarity when she comes on in the next couple seconds.
All right, great. So thank you so much for that, Mr. Financial Controller. But Ms. Shanake, Ms. Natasha rather, I would have provided some assistance there, and that is an honest assistance, meaning it's not for an opinion of mine. So that is how it goes. Ms. Shana, Shana K, she's from JN, and she's basically our extended family. She's our extended family. She is available to us 24/7. We message her all hours a night, right? And she'll provide greater clarity to every club here and those who are on our live on how to get their bank accounts. You understand me? And other assistance that will be provided to community-based organizations like yourself. All right, Natasha, do you have any further question?
Go ahead, Natasha.
All right, so Natasha, I see that you have a question, right? Is it that you're going to ask a question again? Because, okay. Oh, you weren't hearing me. All right, fine. You can continue. Please go.
Are you hearing me? Yes, I was saying that the question was answered, so it's okay. I don't have another question.
All right, so Ricardo, I'm kindly asking, I'm unable to unmute myself when I want to speak, right? I'm just kindly asking for access to just unmute myself, right?
You're all set, sir.
All right, great. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm kindly asking for the other questions. Are there any? Yeah, Natasha is from Portland. Are there any other questions or suggestions? I don't see any. I said if you're not a part of the youth council, but you're a youth group, do you follow the same procedure? I just wanted to let you know. I'm just going to clarify this. Even if you have never heard of the National Youth Council of Jamaica and you're not a part of our database, you fall under our jurisdiction. So even if you say that one day we no longer want to be a part of the National Youth Council, you still fall under our jurisdiction. I see Lafayette Boswell asked that. So you said that if you're not a part of the National Youth Council, but you are a youth group, you are a part of the National Youth Council. Once you're a youth group, you're a part of the National Youth Council. I just want to make that clear. It's the same procedure, and the procedure is going to be expounded on by Miss Shauna Kay, right? So I hope Lafayette Boswell from St. Mary, I was able to provide clarity there as it relates to how persons become a part of the National Youth Council, right? Are there any other questions? I'll just read through, but understanding time constraints, we're going to move into a presentation from JN Bank, right? So this is basically a JN Bank charge, and this is from, again, Ms. Shanaki, right? And she'll be giving us lots of information right now, a host of information at this point. So do make her welcome and thank her again for being a part of the family.
Good. Are you hearing me? I'm not hearing.
Yes, I can. We can hear you. I can hear you. I guess we can hear you.
Okay, lovely. All right. So I have been listening. I have been tuned in, and I've been hearing JN a lot of times, right? So if I may just let me just address some other issues before I dive into the presentation, or I'm not sure if I'd be able to share my screen.
Thing for you, Shanaki. Do you able to share screen?
I can now.
Okay. You can.
All right, no problem. Let me just go ahead and try to do that. But let me just thank again the team for the invitation to be a part of this afternoon's session. It has been a very interesting one, and I'm very much pleased to be here. If I may just get this to go. All right, so I am going to be giving a bit of an overview, majority of what Jerome would have mentioned about the work that JN has been doing. And I see where quite a number of you are actually rocking your JN branded shirts. And even in the photos from your parishes and so on, you would have been repping JN in terms of the shirts and the different areas and the different details, right? So in essence, the overall idea has been an approach from the National Youth Council where we were approached to pretty much assist with the account opening process. Now, the account opening process is not a very simple one if we don't understand what's required. So I'll jump into that shortly. I notice I said if. So once we understand the process, once we know what's required, once we know what needs to get done when, the process is not as tedious as I would have heard a parish mentioned earlier. All right, so my screen is not clicking.
All right, so just a bit of an overview. JN Bank, as you know, has been around for the past 3 years. JN Bank itself started in 2017. However, the Jamaica National Group and former JNBS, Jamaica National Building Society, has been around for over 140 years. And I've just put together a brief table of some of the areas, some of the accounts or services that really are geared towards you in terms of the space that you're in. So we have a number of accounts ranging from deposit accounts, contractual accounts, checking accounts, and our online banking platform. Note as well that we also have a number of smart ATMs island-wide. Smart meaning you can deposit your monies at the ATM, you can pay bills and so on at particular express areas within our express area across the island. So in terms of the space and making things available, most of our branches are pretty much trying to equip itself with having a real-time experience for customers and for young people at large, because you know that is what you want. You don't want to be in the long lines, you want convenience, and JN Bank is trying our best to do that. Now, important as well that we note something that the JN Wise Aspiring Youth Program, that's JN Way, is actually just a youth program from the JN Bank. So similar to Westmoreland Parish Youth Council being a part of the National Youth Council, similar to what Mr. Palmer would have explained, that once you're a community-based organization, you fall within NYCJ, very much similar. That is what JN Way is. So JN Way is really that organization or that organized unit within the JN team, within the JN Bank team, sorry, that really engages and talks to youth. And I'm part of the team that enables that conversation. So just a bit of an overview. You may look at the screen. You can let me know if you're interested in any particular product or service. You can send me a message on here, or you can speak to your NYCJ personnel and they get the information to me. But something I must note is the non-personal savings account, which is the last point where it says deposit account. Non-personal savings account, meaning it is not your personal account. However, it's a case where you as an individual on the account will have to provide personal information. This account really assesses and encourages transparency. It allows a club to manage your finances, their records, and it also is an avenue that will allow for proper and convenient requests for sponsorship. Another account I want to mention as well is our JN Partner Plan, and that is an account which we're encouraging young persons to take up. So outside of your regular savings account, which we're trying our best to ensure that our persons who are part of National Youth Council can open their accounts with only $500, we're also encouraging the process and the habit of saving. And our JM Partner Plan allows for 4 months, 6 months, or 8 months, or even a 1-year saving platform where you're just saving $1,000 per week. All right. Another opportunity and coming out of the conversations over the past few months with the National Youth Council is based on our small business loans avenues. Now, our JN Small Business Loans, which is a member company of the Jamaica National Group, similar to JN Bank, which is also a member company of the Jamaica National Group, they have opportunities that are more easily accessed for young people who are entrepreneurs. So while you may have, I noticed that Mr. Palmer would have mentioned a number of persons who may open a stall, you may be selling certain things from your veranda, whatever the case is, you are considering you to be a small business operator. And JN Small Business Loan is the opportunity for you to really expand, explore, and get additional resources for that small business. Now it's on the screen. Minimum of 30,000 Jamaican dollars you can actually get from JN Small Business Loans. And the payment options are very much accessible. They're easy. You can choose the payment period that you want. So if you want to pay it monthly, if you want to pay it every 2 weeks, you can work out those details as well. And another important thing is that your collateral can be your fridge that's in your house. It can be a stove that's in your house. It can be anything that's in your house that really is somewhat equivalent to the monies that you would have been borrowing. So I also have here, it's at JN Small Business Loans on Instagram. You can actually send them a DM. I was advised that they do answer their DMs and they will assign you to a particular officer in your parish. So we have JN Small Business Loans offices island-wide. So we wouldn't want you to really just send it to us who's based in Kingston, and then, you know, we're unable to really pass the information along. So that's one of the avenues where we're trying to get you
in touch with the persons who are in your community. And as you know, JN, the wide Jamaica National Group at large, we are located island-wide. So almost every single parish has a JN office, and almost each branch also has representatives from JN General Insurance, JN Small Business Loans, and so on. And as also you know about our JN Money Transfer, you know about too that the fact that we're also based overseas. We're in the UK, we're in Canada, we're in Cayman, we're also in the US. Another important thing to note is that there's a WhatsApp number where you can actually just send them a WhatsApp, ask them information, get the details, find out which parish or which area is closest to you, and you can get an officer directly contacted and to come straight to you if anything. All right, I'm trying to click. All right, about the accounts for the parishes, it's on the screen. Non-personal account opening is somewhat different from your regular account opening. Now, for the clubs and associations, you'll see here that you will need some amount of structured details when it comes on to opening your JN account. What I don't have on the screen here though is that the individuals who will be on the accounts, they will also need to provide some information. So I'm trusting that you're able to take down these notes. But you will need your national ID, your TRN, and a proof of address. Those are the basic 3 details that you need: national ID, TRN, and proof of address. And this is for the individuals who will be signing on the account. So you'll see here that it says resolution for clubs or associations. I'm assuming then that you all understand the idea that this is something that must be detailed. You'll see here it's also available on our JN Bank website. What I'll do, I'll put the link in the chat here so you can have direct access to it. All right. Bylaws, constitution. Bylaws and constitution, I'm assuming would have been some of the basic things that you would need to operate a club within your community, which will then go into the National Youth Council. The TRN for the entity, that has been a big one. So what we've done is we've been trying to get more details because the breakout of the National Youth Council is somewhat different from a company. So like a company wanted to open an account will be called a non-personal. However, they would actually have their TRN for the company. What we've done is to get a letter from the National Youth Council, and we're now working on getting the parish youth councils opened with the National Youth Council's TRN. As we continue to work through the details and work with our compliance team, we are trying to see how best we can get those community groups that do not have a TRN, how we can get them banked. So it's all part of the process. We are learning as we go along because it's a unique situation. As you know, for other companies or other foundations or charity arms and so on, they are registered and have their own TRNs. So that's also part of the process that we're working to see how best we can facilitate as many persons as possible. So for right now, the National Youth Council's TRN is being used for the parish youth councils. Valid ID. No, this is the part I was mentioning, valid ID. So valid means that it is current, it is not expired. You can't be using a driver's license that was expired in 2019. The only ID that is quote unquote expired that is still being taken in is the voter's ID, which you know the government has not issued any new ones. So if your passport is expired, if your driver's license is expired, you will not be able to open the account for your parish nor for yourself. All right. And as we mentioned here, it will be a case where the signatories, meaning the persons who will be signing on the account, those persons would have to submit all the relevant details because we want to ensure that you are KYC, meaning know your customer compliant. You must be compliant on the account for that account to be operational. All right. So as I mentioned, the national account has been opened. We are now working on the parish accounts. I have been advised that the St. Catherine account has been opened. The St. Mary account has been opened. We're working on the Clarendon account. To my knowledge, there was some issues regarding the proof of address for the YIC, I believe, or where they meet. So that is something that is being addressed as well. And we're also aware that Westmoreland is waiting on their account to be opened. So from our end, we have submitted all the details to the branches. And I just want you to understand as well that we're operating in a different space. So while coming up to March and so on, we would have been able to really call all the branches or to make contact. we found, and this was something that was addressed at one of the training sessions that we had, that persons just weren't answering their phones. So now that we have multiple phone numbers per parish youth club, we're still in the process of trying to get those calls done. You would appreciate as well that the branches or JN locations are not operating at full capacity based on COVID restrictions. So the same persons who are handling the accounts for the walk-in customers would be the same persons who would be doing the calls. So we're just asking you for a bit more time. We're still working on it. We're trying our best to get the details out so we can have those accounts opened. And after we've completed those parish accounts, we look at how we can engage the community-based organizations. Mind you, if your community organization is already registered, meaning that you have a TRN and everything, then you can open your account. But what we are encouraging is that you don't just walk into a branch. We're trying to build a relationship with the National Youth Council and the community-based organization. So as was advised, you speak to your parish officers, those persons would direct the information to the National Youth Council, and we want to have it structured. So don't just show up to the Port Antonio branch and to say that you're coming to open the account. It is best that we advise them so that when you go in, you get the best service and they're able to accommodate you. So it's somewhat similar to like a personal banking opportunity, and that is what we're trying to highlight. Another point that came out of our conversations for the past few months is about grants. You can again appreciate that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected how grants are distributed, but during this time and as we move into post-COVID world, we also want you to be abreast of what the details are that you'll need when you start doing those grants proposal. You start requesting details about proposal writing and so on. Our Jane Foundation, which is our outreach member company, they have a platform on their website that actually details what you should put in your proposal, how your proposal should be structured, what kind of grants that will be best accepted by different companies and so on. So it's janefoundation.com/get-funding/ or you can send them an Instagram message and someone will guide you to those areas. Something to consider, you must be registered. So again, companies aren't just giving out monies to unregistered organizations. They may donate kind, so they may donate products and so on, but they will not be giving out cash to unregistered organizations. The projects must be sustainable. There must be something that's going to benefit a lot of persons. And some of the areas that I was advised by our grants manager: education, economic development, arts and culture, environment. So those are some of the key areas that companies such as Jane Foundation look for when they are accepting grants and grant proposals. Again, the details of this is a bit low now because of COVID and the fact that they would have made a lot of contributions so far over the past few months. Something else I want to just make a note of is our JN listing platform. And with the listing platform, we want to highlight as well that the listing platform is showcasing, how is it that persons, and Jerome says this so many times, at the grassroots level, how can they be connected? How can they know what's happening? So jnlisting.com is a platform that was created to highlight small and medium-sized businesses, to highlight you as a job seeker, to highlight employment, what they're looking for, employers, what they're looking for. So it's somewhat of a training space that will allow you to look at jobs, to highlight your products and services, and these are all based on JN member companies. Now, remember, with over 140 something years of serving our community, serving Jamaica and or in persons in the diaspora, we have a wealth of knowledge. And the Jane Foundation, through the JN listing platform, is here to highlight that. Something else too from our individual sessions that we would have had was our JN Circle initiative. And that was where persons in the communities can get involved in JN sponsored. So those sessions are already sponsored, JN sponsored initiatives, and that is how you can actually get to be a part of the JN Circle and be a part of that experience. I know quite a number of the executives were on that training, so I won't go into the details about that. All right, and I think I'm wrapping up, but I wanted to touch base on a final point. This is something that came out of the Instagram live that was hosted by Kemoy recently on the NYCJ page. And I think it's something that you, within your communities, within your parish youth councils, wherever you are, this is something that I really want you to get a hold of, to get a grasp on, and to help share with your individual team members, committee members, and so on. These are three points that I really want persons to really get into. One, paying yourself first. Not all of us are getting a salary at this time, and we're aware of that. But when you go to the supermarket and you get the $50 change, it might seem like a little bit, but start with a shoebox. Put the $50 in the shoebox. You never know. After 6 months, you open your shoebox, you could have $5,000. That is money that you did not think that you had, right? So, and make it a competition. So I will really encourage the Parish Youth Council to have a national $50 challenge. Mind you, try your best to change them out, because we don't really want the system itself to be defeated at $50. But at the end of the day, this is a challenge in itself that really encourages you to save, to understand that, look, I actually have money, you know? And another thing I want to encourage you guys to look at is really getting a partner plan. No, the partner plan may seem difficult at first, but once you start the process of, putting aside $100 every day, if you can't find the $100, put aside those $50 and start putting it into a partner plan. The partner plan with JN, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, or 1 year. At the end of the draw, you get back all the money that you would have put in. So if you only manage to save for 4 weeks, you get back only that money that you put in. If you manage to save for the entire time, you get back the money that you would have put in as well. And another point I want to make about this whole concept of keeping up with the Joneses. There's no need to buy the new iPhone that come out. There's no need to buy the latest Samsung Galaxy 29 or wherever number they're at. All you need to do is just to ensure that you are keeping, you know what's happening, you know the basics of everything that's going on. You have your phone. If your phone is a smartphone and it can take a good picture because you are in that space that requires a good camera, then fine. But there's no need to be going out of your way to impress people. Another point I want to raise is about debt. Now, as you guys may be aware, credit score has become something that is growing in Jamaica. And it's not something that is going to be mandatory for every single business that you're doing right now. However, it's a case where you can use your debt to be a benefit to you. Life insurance, if you can afford to, or if you can't afford to, we encourage that you begin the conversation with life insurance agents. We're looking at how those assets that you think that you really have an asset, so like a car loan. If you're going to take out a car at this time, ensure that the car is making you some money. Or you're in a business where the car is paid for itself. So persons who have upkeep or travel allowances, don't take out a car that is going to cost more than what the company that you work for is paying for the month. So if your upkeep for a month with the company that you work is $10,000 and your loan is going to be $50,000, you're going to put yourself into further debt because your company is not really covering as much for the car. So those are some of the elements that you'd want to look at. And I know a lot of us have student loans. We can strategize student loans. We can get the student loans to work for us, but you have to find the information. You have to go where the information is, get the details and everything. And I know I was out of time a bit, so I am going to just ask that you follow us on Instagram at JNWay or at JNWay for our youth-based initiative, and also at JN Bank Limited for JN Bank details. All right. As I mentioned before, I know the details regarding the parish accounts is still pending. So our team is working on it, and we're really hoping that you would at least get some calls soon. But as I mentioned earlier, we would have submitted the list. We got the updated names per branch, and outside of those names and the phone numbers and so on that we would have gotten, we're still trying our best to ensure that we are in the conversations, we are part of the sessions that you're hosting, we're showcasing ourselves and actually sharing information. So if you are, and if you have sessions and so on that you'd want us to come and speak, our team can be available. So outside of the accounts that we know are desperate at this time, we definitely want to continue the conversation and for you to invite us so that we can share the details about how JN, through the Jamaica National Group, of course, the JNWay through the Jamaica National Group is here to really help you find a way. And that's it for me. Thank you so much for having me this evening. Send me a direct message if you have any questions, or I can take a few questions right now.
Thank you so much, JN Bank and JNWay. We're gonna go straight into Streamer, are you here with us? All right, Madam General Secretary, we're going to go into matters arising. Anna Kay, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, Karen. Hello, you hear me, Karen?
All right, so I see the General Secretary is about to begin, right? So the time now is 6:08. So outstanding outstanding, I just want to get from the audience, outstanding currently is, we have a parish breakout session, we have matters arising, we have closing remarks, any other business, and then the adjournment of the meeting. So that's what we have so far, right? So we know that our current viewership has trickled down a little bit from what it was. And so we just want persons to just hold a little bit. We're going to wrap up very quickly. Anake, you may journey. You may begin. General Secretary, are you there? Should I move to something else? I think I should. I see in the comment, Christopher Chinapu said that he would like to meet. He has a question for the JN representative. Mr. Chinapu, would you like to ask a question? How about a suppressor? I'm suppressing the writing. So I'm not getting a response. All right, so now we're just going to move over. Parish presidents, are you here? Could I get from the parish presidents? Is it possible do you want to do the breakout session now? Or would it be possible to mobilize to do the breakout session after the AGM? And the breakout session would allow the parishes to meet with the clubs to develop some plans going forward. Parish presidents, could I hear from you? Or parish executives, rather? Right, so I see St. Mary Parish VP says that we can meet after AGM. I'm just going to open the floor and put it forward as a motion. I'm just going to ask you to first hit Navik and want to open the floor to suspend the breakout sessions until after the AGM. The parishes would do so at a later date. Most appropriate to the parishes, to the parish executives. Could I have someone move that motion for me, please, and thanks?
Ricardo Miller, Vice President, Manchester, Parish Youth Council, second motion.
No man, you gotta move it. Nobody know wait first here. So you're first. You're
opening the motion, sir.
Yeah, great. Could I have someone? I see Dane here says after Dane. Could you just make it audio for the recording, please? Audible rather for the recording. Toshana, okay, I see. Even though you second the motion, Toshana, I would like, just for the purpose of recording, for it to be heard. Is that possible, please? All right, so I heard two things. Was that Benjamin? I don't know who that was. I heard a male voice.
No, that was Dane.
Okay, Dane. Okay.
That was Dane.
Okay, great. Dane, could you repeat because we didn't hear?
And I, Toshana.
Continue, Tashana. The second it.
Tishana Wigner, President for Kingston and St. Andrew, second the motion.
For the training for the
AGM, yes, that's correct.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So it has officially been moved off the agenda. So we're just going to move into now the matters arising. I think this would have been covered by the General Secretary in her, yes, it was. It says minutes of last meeting and matter at this time. We're just going to allow the financial controller to take charge of the meeting now, and to ask the persons who are slated to do the closing remarks. I see. Why Youth and Adolescent Policy Division. Is this Mrs. Bent? Mrs. Bent, you're here. Come on, you can run this, come on.
All right. Good evening again, guys. Mrs. Bent, Youth Empowerment Officer within the Ministry of Education, who is representing the Youth and Adolescent Policy Division. Hello, little one. Mrs. Bent, the floor is yours, ma'am. Oh, Mrs. Bent, you're muted, Mrs. Bent.
Yeah, sorry about that. Good night again, everybody, or good evening. It has been a productive meeting. I really enjoyed the reports. A lot of work going on all across the island. Youth clubs everywhere. They are indeed, living up to the expect together, both the ministry and the National Executive and Executive Council, to see how best we can provide greater support. But commendations to each of the parish youth councils and all the youth empowerment officers are, in spite of all that has been happening with the pandemic, going on wild all across Jamaica. So team, just keep doing good, as Auntie Susan would say, in your neighborhood. And the ministry, we maintain our open door policy to members of the support as best as we can to ensure that all of our young people, that they are meaningfully engaged and positively impacted. Thanks again for having us, and we look forward to greater collaboration.
Empowerment Officer assigned to the National Youth Council of Jamaica. Our chairman, Jerome Palmer, we of course need some closing remarks from you, sir. And right after that closing remarks, we're going to go straight into the adjournment and of course an entertainment from the Ashi company. Mr. Palmer.
I'm going to turn on my video. I just want to make it clear, guys. At the point where I'm enough now. Nobody can tell me nothing. But I just want to take this opportunity to big up the National Executive. Kimani, Chad, Kemoy, Naoki, Anake. May I lift off anybody, Kemoy?
That's just about it. And Mrs. Bent, of course, yes.
Rushane, Mrs. Bent, and Guyan. Couldn't be possible. That is the goal. Once we put goals forward, trust me, guys, we can do so much more. You see, the National Youth Council, you understand, we've been doing so much. I want to continue that. Election will be, I think, January or after January. So we just want you to be aware of that. You understand me? But in the meantime, guys, there is a fight against positivity. There's a fight against the good things. If you look on our TV, it's easier to be highlighted for something bad than to be highlighted for something good. And community-based organizations, we have been doing so much. And we're like unsung heroes in communities. It's the National Youth Council, we're providing opportunity. I want you to apply to be interviewed on the Youth Tell Your Life story. You understand me? Now, how can you do this? Just reach out to us on our Instagram page or social media or your parish executive. Once you say this, it's possible. Just reach out and let us know. No matter what you are doing in a community, that's one. The second thing is you have to be engaged and be a part of the process. You understand me? Engage your parish executive. You can't say, boy, them not talk to it. Engage them and hear what they are saying. You understand me? I'm just, remember, there's nothing wrong with Jamaica. That come now, guys, come now. I don't see nobody type it. I don't see nobody join me and I say, there's nothing, come now guys, I could talk now. There's nothing wrong with Jamaica that can't, what?
There's nothing wrong with Jamaica that cannot be fixed with what is right with Jamaica.
Rubber shatter. You understand me? It's simple as that. So we can't make crime make us afraid. We can't make lottery scamming make us afraid. We can't make bad road make us afraid. Make we go out there and fix that. Young people, at our time, this is our world. You understand me? And not tomorrow, and not next week, and now. And we have to be rebellious with respect, angry, but modest. not want to say angry, outraged, but modest in our outrage. You understand me? Tactful, intelligent, and also youthful. We can't come up with this and a BF stush and all of these things. So it's Kemoy. I'm just gonna hand over back to you for you to do you want me to open the floor for the meeting to be adjourned, Kemoy, Financial Controller? Kemoy?
Sir Chair, I don't know if there's any other business that the parish is, well, of course, would have
I would say
voted
open the floor,
for the breakout session, but I don't know if there's any other business that the parish would want us to. Madam Secretary, you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
I don't know if there's any other business. Over to you, ma'am.
Right, just wanted to know any other business that would have been brought forward so we can identify as well if we'll be addressing those here or in the further dialogue that we're planning. So we'll take those now. Is anyone with any other business or any other feedback or questions, they can just raise their hand. I will indicate and make a record of it. No? Seen any? All right, so we'll proceed with the closing.
Sir Chairman, over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Just want to highlight. So Chinapu is saying we have submitted, don't forget, the free community Wi-Fi with Internet Society also complement the ministry for now working closer with the council before closing. All right. Thank you so much, Sir Chinapu. All right. So blessings, everybody. We have come to the unfortunate end of this beautiful AGM. You understand me? We just want to open the floor. I'm going to open the floor that the motion be moved for the closing of this AGM. I just want anybody on the executive right now, anybody at all, can first and second for it to be moved forward. Is that possible?
I came on more.
Kimani, I'm not hearing you. It looks like your microphone turned off. Hello, Kimani. Oh, Kimani, I'm not hearing you. We're not hearing you any at all.
Okay, I Kimani Martin beg to put forward the motion to adjourn this 2020 AGM.
All right, no problem. Could we have someone second that motion, please?
I, Shani McKay from the St. Anne Parish Youth Council, beg to second.
All right, thank you so much, Shani. Thank you, everybody. I just want to know, though, the council, Portland Parish Youth Council, has lost one of its members. She was the advisor to the council there. Her name is Petal. Now, if it is that you might have not known her, but she's actually in the video that is being used to promote the council as a lady in the back, right? So I'm kindly asking if it is that you can offer any support. It would be good to this Portland Parish. Just many condolences on that side. Oh, I've been asked to start the video. Sorry about that. Yeah, man. So for the Portland Parish, we just want to offer many condolences to you and the team. And I know we brought it outside the meeting. Many blessings. Thank you so much, guys. You may leave when you want to. And peace unto everyone and continue doing the hard work. We're looking forward to hear from you. And between now and January, you'll be hearing from the council a lot. We'll be writing to the clubs a lot to get some things over from you. Kemoy, any other executive members have anything else to say?
Well, we now hand over to of course, on behalf of the National Youth Council, the Ministry of Education, we want to thank all the parishes and the clubs within the various parishes who took the very, very, very time out of their busy schedule to be here with us this evening. And of course, we will not end without, of course, giving you a little piece of the music of entertainment from the Ashy Company. So, Sir Streamer, Mr. Samuel Mitchell, thank you so much for being here with us as well. Over to you, sir.
children and families, giving them skills to be healthy. Everyone has the ability. This is for children and families, giving them skills to be healthy. Everyone has the ability. Everyone has the ability. Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Everybody, gather around now. Let your body feel the heat. Don't you worry if you can't dance. Let the music move your feet. If you want to do the conga, you've got to listen to the beat. Hoje dia de sol, alegria de coño, escuchi o veré. Te, 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 te. Calango, de cocina, chocando, expedina, para celebrar. Te quería tiempo que vivía, la rosa como pilla, Navarro, 8 días para criar. Calango, de cocina, chocando, expedina, para celebrar. Te quería tiempo que vivía, la rosa como pilla. Music makes you lose control. Music makes you lose control. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo. So much space. Yeah. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Let's go! More children and families. Everyone has the ability. No matter what, got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody has to win, no matter what. And it's stay there, and it's stay there. Up, down, up, down, up, down. 'Cause all I do is win, win, win. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. Music makes you lose control. I've got a cute face, chubby waist, thick legs, in shape, rump shaking both ways, make you do a double take. Planet rock to showstopper, flow proper, head knocker, beat staller, tail dropper. Do my thing, mother lover. If you know, now you know, yeah, yeah, yeah. We ready to go, yeah. We all had it grown, yeah. We Juve morning, everybody coming in. We ready to go, yeah. We gon' make them jump, we gon' make them in this place of bacchanal. What? Deep botanical, this carnival, I want you to I know it. When you see the beating it down, you see we're jumping on. It's Savannah grass, it's Savannah grass. Because what don't kill you should make you stronger. So my problems is like steroids, boy. I ride out this arm, them just like a boat. So they box me down, so I get up. They make me wonder how I just get up. And every crack I see, I just see through. And by the help of God, I must get through. I just can't stop. I feel like whoa, move any mountain and trample any building like whoa, man better than monster. Dismantle any structure. Every day it's better I come out to better, sweating more than you. It's better I come out to better, sweating more than you. When we roll, we no roll alone. When we roll, we no roll alone. That everywhere that we go, we know. I'm rolling with me. With me. When we come together. family, yeah. And we say family. If I want thing, we ain't afraid killer. We don't believe in afraid killer. Family, yeah. And we say family. We love we family them to we heart. We wouldn't dare hurt none of them. We'll kill it to the end from the start. Real brother them. Family. And we say family. Well, I know dirty heart can't sweep with broom. They are like the trees we can't bloom, and they shall slowly fade away. Come me say I know, and they shall surely fade away.
Yeah, oh that party I look so. Yo, oh that party I look so. Oh the girl them.
This house boss type. The track star pull up in a fast ride. Nothing where we give them a no half price. Stay fit with your track suit half white. The kids them bright like starlight. Give them the skills so them can be alright. Them say we fresh fly like dove. No other country can size up. I just pull up we attack. Cha-cha boy, be a cha-cha this will go away. Cha-cha boy, be a cha-cha this will go away. Cha-cha boy, be a cha-cha this will go away. Cha-cha boy, who in a soup in a
You not ready at all, ready for all. This boy, this was a waste of time. Why you fool me telling bare lies? Gave you my love, now me heart get dry. But come on, listen, no woman don't cry. Walk for 1,000 miles, but you say you're tired of the walking eye. We know in a ring with your circle, sting me and fall back, cause in a order. You not ready at all, ready for all. This unconditional love I got for you. This love I got for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who's slow? We are one, and I show. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who's slow? We are one, and I show. I wish you woke up in that. Music can change the world. Let's change the world.
Hi, can I hear me?
Yes, Madam Jensek, I'm here.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you now. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So, with all of that, just like to end, definitely saying thanks to some of the key persons who would have made this possible, who would have made today success. Couldn't go any further without thanking, of course, the Cardo team, Chad, Jamoy, myself, Samuel, the streamer, and just those persons who would have stayed up with us for the past couple nights up until 3, 4 o'clock, trying to organize as much as possible for a smooth transition. Thank you for sticking by us. Thank you to Mrs. Bent and the ministry for their continued support. Thank you to all the parishes that are doing the work at their own levels, are doing the work that is being acknowledged at the national level by the Council. And just thank you to all of the youth clubs, youth organization, the YUOs. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but just thanks everybody who is here, be a part of the council for the past 2 years. It has been quite a journey. Likewise, as Jerome said, 95% of the time the national executive is arguing, and then the other 5% conclude that it's not about us, but the youth and the parishes, and so we come to a decent consensus at the end of the day. Anybody else? I missed out someone?
Well, I hope everybody is still, of course, taking the charge of rethinking, which is, of course, our youth month team. I'm the one representing the Youth Council on that. And, of course, we want to pick up some of our other key partners. Of course, the Hard Trust, NSTA, the Institute of Law, and the Youth Innovation Center. Of course, that's on behalf of us here. Blessings, everyone, and see you next time.
A quick shout out to Miss Donna Morton, who is streaming with us on Facebook, I believe. She would have been the Jamaica Diaspora Caribbean streaming groups, a conversation with the diaspora, who would have offered assistance at the end of those discussions. And with that, I conclude. Just we've had a happy youth month so far, and that we'll continue to do so. And Jerome, you were coming on? No? Okay. So with that being said, have a blessed evening, everyone, and all the best. Happy few days of